Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday night. It's time for another Reality Skewed Gamers stream, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. We've been doing it longer and better than anybody. Well, just longer. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host. Glad to have you guys here. Welcome to the show where we bring you all the latest and greatest in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. We got the whole crew with us. I'll introduce them all here in a second. Glad to have everybody out in the TV land watching us there on YouTube. Glad to have you here. Just a couple mechanisms real quick. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. Stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We've got Twitch going. We're not dual streaming anymore, but we do some stuff on Twitch. So if you want to follow us on Twitch and subscribe there, much appreciated. We got our Patreon. You can check out our Patreon if you'd like to support the channel. Always appreciated. And you can see for donations, we got the Super Chat ready, and we got the Cup of Plenty. Darth Vader's cup has not runneth over. It's got all kinds of stuff. That's from when we were doing our Twitch thing. You can see there's little baubles and things in there. But if you want to see chicken grandes and baby poop-filled rangers and pickles, yelling pickles fall from the sky, all you need to do is do a super chat. Again, everything we get goes back toward the channel to keep putting out the great content that you guys enjoy. That being said, that's all the mechanisms out of the way. Glad to have you here. It's hump day. It's time to get at it. Let's introduce all the lovely people and Finn that's here with us. Speaking of Finn, there he is, the troll extraordinaire, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. There he is. Say hi, Finn.
Howdy, peoples.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, unmuting would help.
Yeah.
And I actually said you're on mute while I was on mute.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So, and below me,
We are off to a great start.
It's just going very well. Below me, you see the lovely, the wonderful, the talented Tits McVenom is here as well.
Hey guys.
Glad to have you back, looking healthier than previously. You've been a little bit under the weather, so we're glad to have you here. Also join us.
Better.
Yes. Also join us. He's not on camera, but I think he's there. Is the beardless one, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the chicken chaser, the brown Gandalf. Oh, there he is. The French tickler himself, the one and only Potato Head Grande Pappy Patron.
What's up, my boys and girls, my ladies and gentlemen? It's
I like the Grande dance.
Pappy Patron.
I
want to do the Grande dance.
We are all excited that you are here.
Yeah. Why are you getting your face on the camera? You're going to scare away all the children, Grande. Jeez.
Oh.
Think of
Can you
the
do your
children.
dance again, Grande? I want to do the Grande dance.
What is that? A chicken?
It's I don't know. It's just something.
You know,
it's just a something. You know, it gets the blood.
I've been having to put up with
Do the
these-
Grande. Do.
Tits, can I have a heart-to-heart talk with you for a moment? I've been having to put up with this crap all week.
Like 3 years now. He's been.
It's been.
Hi.
I'm overloaded with this
What
crap.
can I do? What can I do to help you?
I need you.
McVenom and all the people.
I need you to kill them.
Done. Like John Wick style, or you mean like?
Sure. That'll be great if you could just. I can't.
John Wick kills people. You should have said spoiler alert first. Damn.
You guys need to go and sub on
See what
Twitch
I mean?
Because
See what I've been putting up with?
We did a
Oh my
stream
God! Grande
from
was
the
in the damn jacuzzi.
It's in the vlogs in the back. And
Shirtless Grande tits.
I was shirtless
in the pool
When was this?
yesterday.
It's on Twitch.
You miss all the fun.
Is this for the lunch streams?
No.
Like you guys have too
No,
much fun for the lunch.
it was setting GA. It was the
Oh,
setting
the GA
or no,
setup.
Was it setting? I think it was the
Mhm.
GA setup one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
today
Ross-
we did just the battles, and I won, of course.
And we did,
so.
and we anyway. Just it was great.
But you
guys
see
should've
what I'm
seen it.
dealing with, tits?
You guys
see
should.
I
it?
do. I see.
It was epic.
What is Urs doing saying is problematic with the Grande dance? There is nothing wrong with the Grande dance. I am doing it again.
When
The
did you
It's
say
a
Grande
that?
dance,
little problematic, I have to say.
it is not problematic. It's stylish. Look at this.
Urs is jealous because he may have the hall and all the hot women. We got Tits McVoltron and we got Grande doing
Yeah.
the Grande dance.
I can't really compete with that dance, but
No.
Oh, I'm sure your dancing is nice. That's all I gotta say.
that's
So-
We'll leave it. We'll leave it
Yes,
right
Urs
there.
is here. I was watching Urs last night. Urs, I gotta have a heart to heart with you, man. Some of those teams you pick, I've
He was
offered.
distracted. Dude was distracted by the donation.
He was, but it's unacceptable. Urs, I've reached
I would
out
be
to you.
distracted by $1,000.
I am
coming
your
in.
lifeline. If you're not sure what team to do, just ask me, and I'll be like, "Yes, Urs, don't do that." I'm kidding. We love Urs.
We need dancing for music. Okay.
he's legit my favorite. I love hers.
No, I thought I was your favorite. Well, that's the end of the
I
stream,
meant
guys. I'm done.
outside of
Yeah, I'm done.
RFG.
I'm
boys.
done. There you go. Urs is the fave now. So
Come
everyone have a
on.
great rest of your night. You know.
Don't be like that. You know you're
Don't
the
you
only
know
one-
already? McVenom is going the Loki style of things. So she has her
I know.
favorite, her number one, her A-lister.
it's
She has
fine.
all.
It's fine.
They're all the same.
You guys remember I used to tell you each one individually you were my favorite.
I know. And then we found out the truth, and we were like, "Well, that sucks."
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Just saying. All right.
Speaking
so,
of hating the game, let's talk about Galaxy of Heroes.
oh God.
Man.
Oh my God. But yes, check out Urs. We got Darth microtransactions in there. Finn, he should be messaging you, I think.
He did. I talked to him. He was a little under the weather
He
today.
is under the weather.
So shout out for next week for all of you guys. Darth microtransaction will be
Yeah,
joining us on the stream.
Urs called me out with that stupid ass gaffy wooden stick. I got this lightsaber here that I can turn on anytime. Anytime you want to meet in the back of the hall, Urs, I'll be more than happy to shove that stick right up your pooper and give you a little taste of the dark side of the Force.
Oh no!
You
the
don't call
Twilight-
out Ranger J 1999. Listen, I'm your boy. I'll go to bat. I'll take a bullet for you. But if you
Yeah,
want to,
and I got a can of air.
oh, see, you ruined it, Finn. Never mind. Urs, you win. God damn it. Look, Finn's stupid ass ruined it. All right, everybody, that's it. That's the show.
This stuff is dangerous. You know, if you turn it upside down, it like freezes.
Sorry, Urs, it's over. Urs wins because stupid Finn brings a can of air to a gaffy stick lightsaber fight like a dumbass. Probably bring Twinkies too. You know, that's just what
No,
Finn
you
does.
eat those ahead of. Why would you risk the Twinkies in the middle of the fight? You eat them first.
You know what? Me and Urs are just going to get high on glitter sticks, and you're going to get diabetes or something. I don't know what you're going to do. So, Urs, don't invite Finn to the hall. He will not know what to do. He will bring the wrong thing to the damn hall. You're going to be like, would you like a Carillion? And he'd be like, no, I would like a Ding Dong or a Twinkie. Please feed me some food that is bad for me. So, there you go. All right. Now that we can-
mechanisms and agenda, right?
Yeah, we already did all the mechanisms. I took care of that
Oh,
right
you're trying to
away.
get us back on
Grande, let's get them back on
Yeah.
track.
No,
Yeah.
man.
See what I've been dealing with, tits? It's just been, I'm losing my
I hate
proverbial...
to say it, sweetie, but you're just as bad. You're all over the place with it. I'm not even gonna lie.
I try to go a certain direction. He brings a can of air in the conversation. How is that my fault?
Okay, focus. Agenda, mechanisms. Let's
Just-
do this.
Kill.
Hi.
Fooswa. Okay. So next is, we got...
Patreon.
Well, yeah, the
Or
patrons are flying above our head, so you can see that. We've got the donation thing going. We already took care of all the mechanisms. So we got our shout-out word of the day. So we're going to do the shout-outs. Everybody loves the shout-out words because you're going to shout out your name.
Well, before we do that,
Oh,
we
but,
actually have the return of the Twitter question.
well,
we
don't
do
use,
have-
But, well, no, we always do the shout-out word so people can get the shout-out word in. Then you can collect it. Then we do the Twitter question.
Fine, we can do it that way.
I'm just trying to help you out, Finn.
All right, Grande, do the shout outs. I want to hear you read them.
No, here we haven't collected
Oh, God,
them
we're
yet.
just jumping all over the place.
We
Yeah,
haven't
we're
even got to.
what? 15 minutes in? Come on. Let's do this.
That's a new record for us. Normally we're about half an hour before we start this thing. I'm gonna say. All right.
What's the Twitter question?
All right. So okay, shout out word of the day is lock. Lock. And if you're not sure why, we'll talk about it here in a second. But the shout out word of the day is lock.
Thank you, Bad Rongo.
Lock.
Bad Rongo just donated $5.01. He said, "Just so I can interrupt." Thank you, Bad Rongo. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Bad
that.
Rongo.
Appreciate it, Bad Rongo.
Thank you.
Okay.
But if you want your name shouted out, read by the wonderful Grande Patron,
Yep, we'll make it happen.
we'll make it happen, and then we'll have the lovely Tits McVenom.
Correct me
yeah.
on the ones I get wrong.
All right, here we go. We got Baby Rangers
Gap
incoming.
P.
Here come the
Did
damn
you see what
Baby
Gap
Rangers.
P wrote?
I think-
McVenom is so hardcore. She has a straw going straight into the keg.
Here come the Baby Rangers falling into the cup. Oh, they just.
This is my Bubba keg, and it's the best investment I ever made. I love
straw
it.
right into the
Have
keg.
one, get it. This is one of those metal straws.
What's the Twitter question, man?
Well,
All right. So Twitter question is fairly simple, actually, and I'm glad it'll leave you guys all with something fun to give us. What territory war bonuses would you like to see in June to make territory wars more fun and playful?
is that really?
Make
the
sure they
question?
are realistic. An example of a current bonus is attached. So I put a picture of the Han one. So if you aren't sure of the Han ones that's currently in the game, read it. That's real.
It's our first. So if you click over to tweets and replies, you'll find it. It's the one you did like an hour ago, kind of.
Yeah, and that is real. So for those of you guys that aren't aware,
Yeah,
that is
really-
the bonus to
that's the
Territory
all
Wars.
Hans, that's the all Hans on deck one.
Yeah, that's real.
Why are
So
we?
make sure yours are real also. Yeah.
Y'all
do
have
that.
fun with that because I really don't want really ones. I really.
What do you mean real? Did you read All Hans
Yeah.
on Deck?
Have you read it?
Yeah, it's great.
Do you know what All Hans on Deck is? How can you not be non-really ones after that is really in the game?
Yeah.
Seriously. So put what you would like, and we will read the best answers at the end of the stream.
I can't wait to see the ones we get. Guys, try to blow this out of the water. I mean, it's already.
Let's give CG ideas. If they're moving into the fun and
the
playful
more
mode,
ridiculous, the better. Why not at this
let's
point?
have some fun.
Yeah, let's actually go for fun. I'm just throwing that out there.
Patreon shout-outs, or are we doing lock shout-outs?
No, we always do the Patreons first. We want to thank our Patreons, their support. We recently had Moscanata up hers to $60 a month, so I'll do anything for that lady. Moscanata is fantastic, so but we want to make sure everybody from $5 and up that supports us Patreon above, and we're going to shout out their names. So we're going to let Grande read them.
Alux12, Bimatsu, Chopper BZ, Clone Trooper 211, Contingent 33, Corinth, Dangerfield, Darth Teflon, Darth Allen 0885, Darth Bob, Deadpool Kyle 28, Drewman 95, E-Rock 123, Hogzilla, Ibong Hard, I Poop Bombs,
No!
It Poops Bombs. You know, I poop bombs too, but it poops bombs. Jijak, Kanta, Kazakagi, excuse me, Mask.
What? What?
I got tongue tied.
Slow down.
Project
Someone is
Santa.
waiting for Kazekage too easy.
Maz, Kanata, Mo's Mike, Ouchie Dumpling, Ray Rock, Rose Taco, Revenator, Sanely Red, Shadow Val, Sith Lord, Slash Van Rhodes, Spaceman Tim, Tallywhack, Tenebris, The Tor, Walter Arnold, and Zahara Thustra.
What?
Zara Thustra. Zara. I always say that one wrong.
Did
Zara.
you say like Zahara, like similar to
I
the
added
desert?
an extra H and a bunch of other stuff in there. Zarathustra. Anyway, I always say that one wrong.
I poop bombs, huh?
I do.
One of our longest viewers.
I know,
big
it's one of our
supporter.
longest viewers.
You
I know, I'm
just
sorry.
butchered it.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
We're off to a rocky start here, Tits. I'm a little worried. We're getting ready to get the.
Don't forget he Miss Maz Kanata was
I know.
How do you do
Let's
that?
try and get this back on track here.
and Jijak Kanta. I don't even know.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and introduce The Buddha himself, Mr.
Oh,
Sherlock.
is the lightsaber builder here?
He always
What's up,
sneaks.
Lo- What's up,
I'm
Loki?
always here, man.
Well, you never say anything, so we never know, Ninja.
Finn's camera, man, that thing looks good. Like he's got one angle going. He looks like 20 pounds lighter. He looks good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is the lighting. I'm gonna get like a good light for in front of my camera because most of my lighting is behind me, so I got to get it in front. So that's the next step.
Like
I'm working on my setup.
You're
I've got this ring
blurred
light.
too. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've got this cool, like, super cheap ring light that I got from Amazon, and it does like different shades.
Oh, neat. Yeah, no.
Super cool. It was like $20.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. You'll like it.
You don't have to send it to me. I can get one.
I was gonna say send you the link.
Oh, okay. You said you were gonna send it to me. I was like, what? You don't have to send me anything. Okay.
All
I
right.
have the shout outs for the word in the chat. Oh, hold on. I left some of the duplicates. Hold on. I don't want Grande having to deal with duplicates.
Hey, Skate790919 is now following us on Twitch. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Dude.
Thank you.
We're not even on Twitch right now. We're still getting followers.
Yeah.
Love it.
Go check out the clips while you're over there.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me redo this, Grande.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm re-putting the list.
You're repasting.
I'm re-pasting. And
tell
they
me-
should all be bold now to make it easier for you to know which ones are the right ones. So there you go.
All right.
Whoa. So I'm okay.
You're reading the bold ones.
All right. Are you sure? Is this your
Yeah,
final?
that's the list. That's the
Because
list.
I'm
The other
fine.
one is the same list.
I
so
have
we'll just
enough.
double
I have
up.
enough problems already, and so I just want to make sure.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So this is the list right here. So this is what we got. So everybody, we gave you a shout out. So we got Abringo, Atomic Fish, Bad Rongo, Ball Rev, 0187, Bimatsu, Bradzo SWGOH, Commander Skywalker, Contingent 73, 33. I don't know why it's 33. Darth Microtransaction, Dakara Gaming, Danny Crane, Dr. Feelgood, Durgan, Gav P, Grim, Ham and Cheese, Helenex, Hogzilla, James, Ferris, I guess.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
you-
right. That's absolutely right.
Okay. Then Jason Hobby, Jijak Canna, July JLY. I always think of that as July. JLY
is.
9. John Davies, JUV 420,
JVU.
JVU 420. What did I say? JVU.
JUV.
No, JVU. It's only of in my world. It's JVU for his name. So Kashmir, Kenobi Wan. I always said Kobe Wan. I don't know why I always say that one wrong too. Mark Garnett, Matt Richmond, Maz Kanata.
Hey, you got it right this time.
Yes.
Most Mike, Ouchie Dumpling, Rose Taco, Saber Shark, Shadow Val, Silverbolt, Skywalker Vader, /Fan Rhodes, Takedown Games, Xylo Takedown, Talon Lee, the Honkler, I guess.
Mhm.
Then Urza. There it is. Then Vito Onto. And then what else? 73. That's where I'm getting the 73 from. See, I'm getting the 73s messed up. And then World Free Maratas, I guess, or
Marinas?
Marinas.
You're
There we
the
go.
one with the Spanish name.
I know. It's got Enyas.
Yeah, I know, but you went with the T.
You put a T in there.
It was an N. It's an Enye, and
It
instead
is.
of Marinas, you said Maridas. What,
Yeah.
what the hell did the T come from?
And then Xylo 1111. There we
And
go.
it's Denny Crane, not
Here's
Danny
a-
Crane.
Did I say Denny? Oh, I said
It's a Danny Crane.
There were 4 more that came in while we were doing
Okay,
that.
let's-
So we can go ahead
let's
and...
SWU. Oh, this one I always get wrong. If Ethereal Stern, and
I'm
then,
okay with that. I'm
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
with
I'm
that.
okay with
I
that.
think it's F-Rail, isn't it?
Yes.
F-Rail Stern.
Efrol.
Yeah, but it's better than last week.
Yes.
And then-
Yeah,
and
much
then-
better.
and then Robert Kirby, my boy Paco, and then Ray Rock.
There we go. All right. All right. It's,
World Free Marinas is like, oh man, you butchered my name.
I'm sorry,
sorry.
I'll get you a roster review.
Yeah,
bro.
just
It
let us
does
know.
PM Infinity, and we'll get you a free roster review. Okay,
Grande.
so
Every day.
do we want to start? Do we want to start with the agenda of all these things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to start? You want to start with May the 4th and all the cool crap?
Yeah. Let's start with all the May the 4th.
We got
What
a
is
lot
the
of cool
agenda?
crap.
Did you post
It's the same links. We'll after the. I'll
We're
let you know when we do.
We're
that.
gonna get double drops and zetas and some free junk, and we're gonna give you some other free junk. That was 4 days ago. We know about all that.
We know.
Yeah, I
about
know.
that. But
But
can I
have
say
you-
something about the drops? They sucked, man.
Even as double, they sort of
They
suck.
sucked. I mean,
Yeah,
I
they were
had
bad.
so many nodes that got nothing. I'm like, really? I mean, this is after refreshing and doing all that. I'm like, well, at least I'll get some. Zero, nada, zilch. I'm never investing in that crap again. If it just is going to be this way.
Hey,
it
I
cost
have
me
a question
crystals.
real quick. What did they give out for celebration?
They gave
don't know.
out for celebration.
Yeah, if you
the
gave
people
your
that went to
ID,
celebration. I'm sure they gave them. You
like
know,
a bunch of crystals. That's usually what they do.
They typically give you like I've been told in the past. We had a guild member went last year, and I want to say he got the equivalent of like $80 in crystals.
Well,
What
last year was Sabine shards and crystals.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, it is.
But nobody posted anything. I didn't see anything.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I don't know. That's a good point there, Sexy Buddha.
We got a content update like 2 hours ago, right?
Grim is saying it was 1,000 crystals.
It was 1,000 crystals. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Per day for 3
That's
days.
it?
Per
No,
day
no,
for
1,000
3
crystals
days.
per day for
Per
3 days.
day for 3 days.
Even
Okay.
that seems pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lame, man.
I mean, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, guys. You know.
It's just free. You're going there for If
Yeah,
you're
there for
going there
celebration.
for rewards from Galaxy of Heroes, you could have spent the money on the tickets in the game and gotten more. So-
like your priorities are all wrong.
You
You're doing that.
Touche. Touche.
All right, so we got a content update.
well, before that, so the May the 4th, did you guys go through the pictures?
No,
The mosaic thing is actually really cool.
I think
It
it's
is.
cool, but I didn't go through the damn pictures. I'm not
Oh,
going to.
so
And
I
then-
found Crazy in there. So Crazy Excuses is in there.
Yes.
And then both of Carrie's dogs. I saw Gerald. Gerald is all over the place. His face is. How can you miss his face? You know Gerald, right? It's our little Shih Tzu
Yes.
dog.
Yeah.
He's so cute. He's like all over the place.
Yes.
But that mosaic, if you guys haven't gone through it, it's actually pretty neat. You
It
can see a lot of the
was.
CG people. They took a
Is
bunch of
Grande
pictures.
in there?
I'm not in there.
We're not in there.
No,
Well,
There we go.
it's from it's a lot of
CG
office
Grande is
pictures
not in there.
and celebration pictures, largely. So you can see a lot of the CG people that are in the office a lot here. You can see a lot of crumbs, mutton chops.
I'm very surprised that Finity did not post that picture in mildly interesting on Reddit. Like, it
What
was-
the hell? I don't do anything on Reddit.
I'm just saying that's like I don't know. I mean, it's a cool.
I had fun going through it, and then because
glad
it's
you
crazy,
did.
I had fun trying to find all the crazy pictures. It's the
we
same
do like
picture
crazy.
all over the place.
We do like crazy.
We
Fair
love
enough.
Carrie. We love Crazy.
And
we
her
love
dog is
Tom.
here in too. So there's a bunch of doggy pictures in there.
All right.
That's really cool if you guys are just looking for
Yeah,
something interesting. to
It
go
was it was cool mosaic. I thought it was cool. So I mean that was fine. So
We ready to talk about this content update we just got?
Let's talk about the content.
Yes,
though.
before Grande explodes.
So we got a cool portrait of Chewie. I love the tagline, right?
Mhm.
Warrior, smuggler, rebel, hero.
Yeah.
And I think this picture looks really freaking cool. By the
I
way,
like it.
we all
Mhm.
got the title "Loyal Friend." I think that's pretty cool. And the description is, Peter Mayhew will be forever in our hearts.
Yeah.
And a tribute to a friend lost. I think that's super cool.
Yes.
I do too.
And then they fixed the audio in the game. This is
Yes.
probably this was. I mean, I know it was only a couple of days, but it's one of these things that you don't know how
There's
important it
nothing
is.
like you wake up in the morning, you go work out, you come back,
Yeah.
you're
So
tired,
I'm
you're
glad they
exhausted.
fixed that.
You put on your earphones, you load up the game, and all of a sudden, nah, 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 you're like, oh god,
or how about when you're sneaking into a patient's room just to quickly look at something? And
oh no,
sorry, Miss Jones, I didn't mean to
that's my ringtone.
wake you there.
My
Did that actually happen, Magneto?
Look, man, it was loud. My kids told me to turn it down. Like they're like, Dad, your game is never this loud. And I'm like, I've been playing on mute for 3 years. And they're like, yeah, it never makes noise. We just know you're playing because your phone is like this rather than like this. They're like, this is you texting mom. This is you playing your game. This is how they know what I'm doing, right? This is you texting our mother, and this is you playing the game. Those are the two things I do on my phone. Okay, so super excited about that we don't have that anymore. We had some connectivity issues. The other one, we had some connectivity issues on the second when they opened up the Padme event at noon.
Yes.
Goes on opening at noon, right?
So I want to talk about that because I think we disagreed a lot on this issue.
We did.
I know there was a connection issue, right? But I thought that it was good that they did it in the middle of the day, because if it happened at the end, you know that this thing would have lasted a lot longer than it did. They took care of this in about an hour.
Part of the reason why they open it in the middle of the night is because not very many people are going to stay up until the middle of the night to do it. The problem.
Well, okay, but that doesn't take into account the people that have their payouts. Then
let him finish talking.
Hold on. How many legendary and heroic events have we had that opened up at the end of the day? You know, that opened up at 2 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock in the morning, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we've never had people blast all over the forum. So it's a double-edged sword, is what I'm saying, right? And there are pros to doing it at night, and there are pros to doing it in the middle of the day. You know, for me, being an American, it's more advantageous to do it during the day, but they're going to have to seriously compensate on the servers.
My only thing is, even if it's at 2 a.m. our time, right? It's like payout. It's getting. I mean,
it's always payout. It's always payout for somebody somewhere.
It's 4:27.
No. Whether it's noon, if it's noon, and there's connectivity issues, it's payout for the central.
But that's my point.
No. So that means Central Europeans miss their payout.
I know, but that's my point, right? No matter what time they do it, somebody's payout is affected. So why not do it when CG is actually in the office to address the problem?
You are making the assumption that when the event opens up at 2 a.m. in the morning, they have server connectivity issues. And I'm telling you, when it's at 2 a.m. in the morning, I've never had a server connectivity issue with a legendary or heroic.
You're also making the assumption that Padme is not something unique with the way they rolled this out.
Well, you don't
besides just the time.
I mean, come on, we had a 2-day Darth Malak event. We've had Darth Revan, we've had regular Revan, we've had Thrawn, we've had Nihilus, we've had Yoda, we've had all these things. The only time I've ever seen a server disconnect like this was on April 23rd, 2016, when they opened up guilds. That's the only other time the server's been down this long for something that was so many players coming into the game at one time. It's the only other time that's happened. We've had some goofy times where the servers have been down because there was a problem with Amazon and the server farm, or because there was a problem at sea. But we've never had so many people bum rush the game that we shut the game down, except for 2 times. Once, the day guilds opened, and the second time when they moved the event and they did it at noon rather than doing it in the middle of the night for Americans.
But if the issue is volume overload, don't you think it's just better that they keep it at this time and make it so that their servers can handle the people rather than changing it?
It costs money to buy those servers at that time.
It also costs money to bring in people to do work in the middle of the night. Carrie has even said so.
I understand. It always costs money to bring in people at the middle of the night. They rarely have a ton of extra people at the end. The reason why they did it, the reason why they moved it, is because they did not want Padme. They wanted to try and be watching the forums and be watching everything whenever she came out to make sure that something didn't happen. And in 6 minutes, there wasn't a video with someone with a 7-star showing how it was broke as hell. That's the reason why they did it. They did it because there's a public relations issue with new stuff coming out, and then, oh, hey, we need to nerf it right away. You tell me, which is cheaper, buying labor or buying server farms? I don't know. I don't know how many people they put over there. All I know is you also messed up some people's payout in CET, people who couldn't get on. And where was our 500 crystals and our 5 Chewy shards for people missing payout?
Yeah, no, I think, but that's the risk of any release, right? Like we
it's
both
not
said
the
at this
risk of any
point.
really- it's
All
not
the
that- at 2
there's a
a.m.
chance
that doesn't happen. No.
it hasn't happened.
There is a chance. It's only happened
Mm-hmm.
twice in 3 years. Absolutely, there is a chance. Previously, it only happened twice. Totally, it is totally possible that servers can go down. The only 2 times it's happened because players have bum rushed the game is April 23rd, 2016, and on the 2nd when they changed the event. Finity. It's only happened twice.
Yeah.
I totally get that there's a chance, but what happened on those 2 days? Players bum rushed the game.
Right.
And
So my
lost-
solution would be to deal with the bum rush rather than changing it, because no matter what you do, there is a chance that payout will be disrupted. I know payout was disrupted, so I think there does need to be compensation for anybody that had those particular payout times. But I like the fact that they did it during work hours, because that makes it so they can address the problem. Now, it might also be the cause of the problem, to what you're saying, that they're doing it during those hours. And if the majority of their players are American and awake, rather than at 2 a.m. where they're sleeping and just going to do it once they wake up, then that changes things. But I think they would I would say that they're better off addressing it at that time, and then go ahead and just deal with the however many people are going to be on the servers, make sure that's done, and then have people ready to go in case any kind of problems show up.
Hey, Helen
There's
A.
been
just
other
subscribed.
problems before,
Thank
not
you,
just-
Helen A.
Okay. Anyway, we're going around in circles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boys, you're
What do
both
you think,
pretty.
McVenom?
I think you're both pretty, and we should just move on
Yeah, I
to the
think
next.
Aw.
so too.
Next item is the Sith Assassin refund. Boy, this is another hot topic here.
Mm-hmm.
We got speak no pun intended for those people that call Darkside Bastila.
Well, so we had the original 5/2/2019 listed.
They changed the date 5 days back because because we had a couple of players that showed that they actually had dates that went back further than 325, and that they should get gear to a date that's further back
Okay.
based on the announcement. So it used to be 325. We had a particular player who I think gave 4 examples of saying that Darth Revan was coming later in the past than whatever that date is, March 25th, and that it should have really been March 20th instead. So I'm glad they changed it, and they gave people more gear so that it applied further back. Thank you very much.
Winning.
Infinity, you want to counter? You want to counter? me
No,
on that?
no counter.
Okay.
I'm fine with this one. Of note, and I know Loki had to drop here.
He'll be back. Don't worry.
I gotta
He'll
go-
ninja
I
back
gotta-
Loki was
in.
mentioning he still doesn't have his
Oh
reward.
man, that gets
us into the next post too.
Oh, so we still got people missing, right? There's some folks that it didn't. That's the next one that says, "Hey, by the way, some people didn't get their stuff rolled back correctly," which really is unfortunate, right? That's really unfortunate. So,
And Loki is one of them. So Loki still hasn't gotten his Sith Assassin stuff
I
back.
would not make Loki angry.
I mean, this is it's unfortunate that it affects those people. I got a ton of gear back. What was nice is that some of that gear was able to go on Separatists to help me with Padme. So I felt like that was a good. Not a ton of that gear was able to go on Separatists, but some of it was. I think I took her from gear 10 to gear 12 during those dates. So it was actually more gear than I thought.
All right.
Next is territory war bonuses, and May the 4th be with you. Where we've scratched some stuff out, and we've got all these the specials or the special bonuses for the next territory war.
Yeah.
And we've scratched some stuff.
So if you guys aren't aware, Territory Wars, there's 4 Territory Wars this month. The first one is the bonuses, and they're just redoing the bonuses from last month, so it's all hands on deck. And then the unstable batteries, which is the droid one, and then they also have the Geos. Quick PSA, because it is not clearly worded in the game.
Mm-mm.
The Geo one is only for the Geo ships, not for the Geonosian characters. The wording of the buff, when you read it, just says Geonosians. It was very confusing, but you'll see that the buff is only on the fleet territories. So just as a PSA,
Mhm.
it's just the Geonosians.
If you haven't found out by now, open your game and play with Geos, and you'll see it doesn't work.
Mhm.
I'm sure, and there's some people that get kind of discouraged by that. So next item on our list.
Ye old meta report.
That's time for the yield meta report. Let's go over it.
Hey everybody, Harry Carey here for the meta report. I hate doing this thing, but being the sad state of affairs of my life, being dead, Finn's forced me to do this again. Hey! Today's meta report's brought to you by Can of Corn from RSG. It's not really corn, and it's not in a can. Figure it out. Now to the meta report.
I think this is maybe our greatest meta report ever.
It's 99% 2 liters with 1 liter coming in at 1%. This is not a very diverse meta at all.
Yep, I think this is our greatest meta report ever.
How unfortunate, right? This is based on rank 1. You know, even if you pop over here and you go just to the top 10, it's 97% of top 10. And even if you go to the top 100, it's still 92% of the top 100 players are playing one of 2 leads. That's and they don't have a button to say the top 1,000, or we could probably even do that one as well. It's very, very, very stagnant when we only have 2 leaders. Kind of discouraging a little bit.
Well, let's talk about Fleet then.
No, let's really not.
Let's talk about, here's what I would like to do. I would like to talk about squads for a minute, right? Because there's a couple of squads in here, and I know a bunch of the folks in here. You know, Dakar, microtransaction. I think even Xylo. And I'm sure there's people in here watching that haven't spoken or are going to speak up and say I've missed their name and they made a video on it. The Yoda technique, the fast Yoda technique as spot 2 and spot 3 on the team. I think that is really interesting to me. That we've yet again found a way to put a non-Sith character on a Sith team and make it work. Anyway, if you can go ask those people or go search for that and go see how those teams work. It's very interesting to me, and I really like it. One with Malik and one without Malik.
Arena is a joke. Let's just be real. It is a joke. It is all about. It's not fun in either arenas. It's either you have it or you don't, and then it's the same battles over and over again. And it's really coming down to mods.
It does come down to mods, and you're basically playing with one of the 5 cards to try to make up for a mod difference problem.
Right.
But I'd like to see some more variation. I mean, we've had Padme now. We've had Padme out, and we have all of 20 people running Padme
because
in arena.
It's not a hard counter, you know.
And she doesn't even make the stinking squads, the squads list. So that is what it is. I mean, brand new marquee character comes out. I'm just a little discouraged by that.
You know, I blame Finn for this. Characters
look all right. We could go. Characters look all right. Characters are what they are, right? Character meta's relatively diverse, I guess, but here's the thing too: is you're going to always have 5 characters on the team, and when you go look at it, it's evenly split among those 5 characters. So you really got to come down here and look. You know, what character doesn't make one of those teams, right? You got to get all the way down here to Grand Admiral Thrawn, right? That before you come up with a character, or you got to come all the way down here to like Kylo Ren, or you got to come all the way down here to Nihilus or Chewbacca or Ezra Bridger to finally get some kind of diversity in it. It's a little bit unfortunate. I'd like to see it a different way.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the fleet portion of this, Ranger.
Fleet is exactly the same thing.
I really don't.
We've gone over.
This is our greatest meta report ever, Ranger.
So we have 95% of the rank 1 people running the same commander or the same fleet commander, and then you go look at it, and effectively everybody is running the same 3 front ships. You know, there's kind of a toss up right now between what it looks like for reinforcements. I mean, you got to get pretty far back in here before you start seeing some Xanadu blood, and you start seeing like some Thai Advanced, and you start seeing like some Lando's Falcon and stuff. I mean, that's I just would like to see again more ships so we can have more diversity. Diversity's good, man. I want to see when someone else is able to come up with something neat, and I get up and I go up there and I go, look how neat that is that so and so has this awesome team. I sure would like to be able to run that awesome team that so and so is running.
Hey,
How cool is that?
Or 1 week before it's nerfed because it took out the more powerful team that it's not supposed to.
Again with the optics, right?
Mhm.
Again with the optics. All right, so we did our meta report.
Yes, thank God.
All right, Ranger. They just put out another post, so I tagged you in Fin stuff for it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
He sure did, and I'm coming down here to look at it.
That is our next topic, and there's actually a post by CG. So,
All right,
So here we go. This is
give me a
Chrome.
second. Give me a second, Grande. God.
Grande is
Jesus
jumping on all of it.
Christ.
He's done all the reading tonight.
I know, right?
He is
You know,
jumping on it.
we're gonna let Tits read this, Grande. You're on a
Oh,
timeout,
no.
buddy. Oh, never mind. Okay, she.
I don't really care.
Okay,
You know how I feel about SWGOH right now.
I know. All right, Grande, take
Okay.
it.
Let someone
Hold
that's
on.
passionate about it read it.
I want you to take a deep breath, Grande.
I'm here.
Take a deep breath in.
I'm about to go ape crap on
Let's
this.
just take a deep breath, Grande. I'm gonna read it if you don't take a deep breath, damn it. I'm
I
not
will.
playing around with you, young man.
I-
I'll turn this goddamn car around and we'll all not have ice cream.
So, this is CG Crumb. He posted this, I guess, a couple of minutes ago. Issues with Grand Arena roster lock. Hi, folks. We are aware of an issue with Grand Arena and mods not locking properly. It was brought to our attention recently, and we have a fix ready, but it requires a title update, i.e. an update through the App Store. This will most likely roll out with Grand Arena Championships and the new territory battles. In the meantime, please do not do this. This goes against the spirit of the game, and as with all exploits for the game mode, this is a bannable offense. If you suspect someone of using this as exploit, please send a direct message to CG Leviathan through the forums. We will investigate each case thoroughly. That doesn't look like that's spelled right.
It is.
Through roughly. Okay, maybe it is spelled right. And I mean, who am I to question, right? And we will not be banning people who accidentally moved mods in Grand Arena. If we detect excessive mod moving in Grand Arena, we will issue you a warning, and continual abuse of this exploit will result in a game ban. We had not addressed this publicly because we did not want to increase the visibility of the exploit before we had a fix deployed.
Hey, we just had some $2 donation from Piemonte. Said, "Wee," and Chicken Grandes came falling to the jar of plenty of Darth Vader. It's filling up.
Muchos
you.
gracias.
Thank you,
I do
Piemonte.
want to shout out Darth Microtransaction, who also showed this in the video.
Yeah, today.
This is
Well, Grande said he wanted to
Grande. Get
go
him.
ape on this, so
You know,
Grande,
I went crazy last week, Grande. I give it to your good graces.
So they have a way for you to report a bug fix. It's on the EA Answers site, and there has already been a bug fix. There's already been a bug request on that EA Answers site ever since TW first came out, saying that there was a way to have mods that could be moved afterwards. I've heard multiple people say, I think this guild is moving mods after the lock. And I'm like, man, I don't know if that's possible or not. I don't know. And, I have some other channels, and I've heard people always, who have said, they just like casually in passing, that there was kind of a way to do this. And I just, it's one of these, like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to learn how to do it. You've seen Ranger do his GAs on screen. You've seen Game Changers and other YouTubers, Dakara and other people on Twitch do their GAs. They're not doing it, right? And so my kind of thought was, well, I win or lose, it's on what I did. but I always kind of knew in the back of my mind that there was a way. I wasn't sure if it worked 100% of the time. I wasn't sure if exactly how to do it, and I kind of, didn't really care. I never ended up last. Sometimes I was first. It wasn't a big deal. But the part about this that bothers me is, and here's what I'm going to say is, this post right here is a shill post. And here's why I'm going to say that. This post comes out after a video's out.
Mm-hmm.
You could have made this post a month or a week ago. The problem is you didn't know how it worked, and you had players that told you it was there, and because they didn't explain it to you wherever you were able to do it or where it visually looked like it worked, you dismissed it, because the general consensus is when a player complains, it's just them complaining. And whenever they say they've been wronged, it's just them complaining, and they're not really talking about anything. What you said was, this is some more tinfoil hat bull crap. Just like whenever they tell you that you should farm in threes and not do max farms, it's tinfoil bull crap from a player. Let's just chalk it up to that and let's move on. And the only way to get a real fix done whenever there's a problem is just like we did with the 600 and hashtag I did my 600. You make a post on the forums, you follow the protocol, you make a post on the EA help on the answers.ea website. You try to work through the proper channels, but you want something fixed, you take it to social media. You put it, you make a video, you post it on Twitter, you follow the rules they want. But if you don't get the response that you want, then just take it to social media, because it'll get fixed that day or in a couple of weeks. Because that is the public facing view of what's going on. And so I think this right here is a crap bullshit response from the developers.
This is pretty,
here's the deal. Here's the deal. If they knew about this ahead of time, then they should have made this exact post whenever it happened. The logic behind we didn't make it public because we didn't want people to know just says that it was going through back channels in freaking arena chats, and it was going through back channels in ships chats, and it was going through back channels on Discord, and people were literally hurting their fellow player, and they were not playing in the spirit of the game. And basically, if they were doing this on purpose, they were hurting someone else. There are guilds in this game that have a 100% winning record in TW and just lost a TW for the first time in 18 months. How do you think that happened? I'll tell you how. Because now that guild that won is now suspected of cheating. And the guild that lost is gonna think they cheated, because we don't know. We don't even get to have a gentleman's agreement or a gentlewoman's agreement that we're not gonna cheat because you didn't make a post about it on the forums. This is inexcusable. This is crap. This is illogical. And you're trying to sell me a boatload of crap and say that you knew ahead of time? You need to stop lying to people. You need to stop having a PR freaking wipe your butt moment and tell people the truth. Because what you're saying right now is a lie on top of a lie. And that's disrespectful, it's dishonest, it's rude, and it's just crap. It is the worst thing a person can do is to be dishonest to their customer and then sell it with a boatload of junk. That's wrong. I get that you have a problem with your game. Guess what? We're all human and we all make mistakes. It happens. But you are transparent with your customer. That's how you gain trust. That's how you put your customer and your employees and your owners all on the same side of a problem, is by being honest. That's how relationships are made, is by being honest. Relationships built on a lie are wrong. And what you're doing right now is wrong.
I'm in love with you,
I'm
Grande.
done.
I love you so much right now, Grande. I just want to kiss you. The thing that upsets me is we will investigate each case thoroughly. We will not be banning people who accidentally moved mods in Grand Arena. This is not an accidentally thing. Sorry.
Here's the thing. How do you?
I saw it. Yeah. How do you
I'm gonna
accidentally?
go on. I'm not done.
Okay, go, Grande.
How the heck do you determine intent? How the heck do you determine what is accident and what is on purpose? Right now in Arena, at the top of the group, there is only one team that I would ever need to try and switch mods for. There is not 5 teams. There is not 7 teams. There is one team it needs to happen for. One time it needs to happen. One team, and the events that happen in that one team determine, everyone with Malik versus Malik, who wins the GA. This right here is you not knowing how players play. This right here is you not understanding how your own game works. This right here, and I got to tell you, the problem here is that you can't create. First of all, you didn't create a way in game to report someone. So that now what we're saying is that the player who was disparaged has to know that the forums exist and that this post exists. And then on top of that, they now have to go onto the forums because there's not a button in game that says report an abuser like there is or used to be in TW. Everything about this is circular logic, and it is crap. All of this is full of logical fallacies. Everything about this post and the conduct today is unbecoming of a human being on planet Earth. You're better than that. There is a better version of yourself that exists in some version of reality. Be a better version of yourself in this reality. Be a freaking adult and realize that you are talking to other adults.
There's so much wrong with this post.
It's big.
I mean, Grande read it and he was trying to keep calm through it before exploding. But to start off by saying this was brought to our attention recently, I went back and looked. People have been complaining about mods being able to be moved in Territory Wars since September.
A year and a half?
year.
No, 18 months.
Oh,
man.
it's been more than that. I just
longer
went
than that?
back
Oh my
quickly.
god! Oh, and then
I just went back quickly and looked at and found one from September. So minimally, I found one from 6 months ago, but it's been more than that.
Let me just tell you right this.
Mhm.
Darth Microtransactions put himself out on the line. He put himself on the line
absolutely.
by making the video. Let me tell you, he exposed.
we were going to get him on tonight. He just couldn't do it.
He's-
So
I-
we'll get him
I
on
mean,
next
I mean,
week.
I got to tell you right now. Anybody who go watch his video. Thank you, Bimatsu, for the $3. I appreciate it.
you.
More baby rangers are coming.
I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, Darth Microtransaction, you know, I know a little bit of his backstory. The guy's working real hard on his channel, right? And there's a lot that could have been done for retaliation on this against him. And I'm telling you, it took some really a large portion of intestinal fortitude to be able to make a video like this and put it out there. And I'm going to tell you too, it took a large portion of being the best version of yourself to make a video. And it's how he made the video. Darth Microtransactions hurt himself in Grand Arena to make this video. Now, I understand his opponent did an auto-assign and all this other kind of crap, but Darth Microtransactions did not do the exploit in the process of showing the exploit. And to me, that speaks, and how Darth Microtransactions said it at the end of his video, and how he went about the process of what he did.
I think he went in thinking it was BS
brilliant.
because he went there and he's like, He knew about it. He went and he looked, and he was. I think and you see his reaction at the end. He was fuming, like like he got up from his chair and was just fuming, like just losing it. And I was like, I didn't even know this. I'd heard this rumor, but I didn't know. But I remember one time we were doing one of my GAs that I lost in the finals, and I was like, how did this guy beat me? And I didn't even know about this. Right? It was in the back of my mind. I was like, God's a damn good player. And because I was feeling like, because I looked at what he put on defense, and I'm looking what I put on defense, and he full cleared me and all this other stuff. I'm like, but I just chalked it up. Now I'm in the back of my mind going, well,
here's the thing. Now,
did that happen?
Now you don't know if he was a good player or if he cheated.
I want to assume that he's a good player. I don't know. I don't want to throw shade, but I didn't even know. I'd heard this rumor. I didn't know anything about it. And you guys know that I put it all out there on GA. I ain't doing this crap, and I would never do that crap.
You do your stuff live. I've done my stuff live.
Mm-hmm. This is crazy that they've known about it this long. And
well, here's my problem with their post, right? I can understand them not wanting the details of the issue going public, meaning the specifics on how to replicate the problem. I read the post by Crumb now. If I didn't know that this was instigated by Darth Microtransaction, would you have known how to replicate this? Yeah. So I think the whole thing about not addressing it publicly because we don't want the visibility of the exploit is all crap.
Yeah.
Right? You can say we know that there are some bugs right now with the mods and we are trying to fix it. They have not taken it as a priority.
Wait. And they've said that in the past. How many times have they said, how many times in the past have they said, we know there's a problem, right? We know there's a problem. We know there's a way where this gets messed up. We're sorry. We're going to try and fix it, right? That's not what this is a total cover your butt, lie about what's happening, and this is just wrong. Everything about this post and how they did it is incorrect. And I'm just going to tell you, the whole idea that now we're going to make judgment calls, the judgment calls are going to be wrong.
That one pisses me off because it's like
the judgment.
If you see what Darth Martin,
first we're going to warn you, and then we're going to ban you.
Kiss my ass on that. If you get caught using this, there's no accident about this. If you saw what Darth Microtransaction,
so what he did can be an accident. If you create a new character squad, I've done this before too.
It's totally possible.
Let's put it in context of what's going on in game right now. How many people were moving around mods to try to figure out a way to beat Padme? And then posted, we've had several on our Discord, like, oh, I forgot to put my mods back for Territory Wars. Look, McVenom is raising her hand. And then you go into Territory Wars or Grand Arena, and you just set up a new roster. It's not that hard to accidentally create a new list of squads and then load it up in there.
Or if you're a person that moves mods for raids, right? If you're a person that moves mods for raids and you're thinking, I got to go in and I've got to do my GA, and in 3 minutes I have to have my mods on the right team in order to run the HSR. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into GA, we're going to go in the screen, we're going to assign the right mods, we're going to fight the battle, we're going to come out, and then we're going to coast right in time to get in before chip damage is done on the HSR or before chip damage is done on the Sith raid or something, right? Or the AAT. I could see a workflow, right? I could see a gameplay flow where someone is running out of time. They don't have much time. They're going to do all this stuff, and they're going to do D before they do A to get to B to go to C, and they totally did it unintentionally.
Does this count for, say, like rolling mods? Rolling mods won't change it?
No, it's not directly. I mean, if you rolled a mod,
and then you rolled a mod and got extra speed after you'd already set it.
These are mods that are already on characters.
I mean, look, if some dude, if some guy's got very few mods that he uses all the time, and he literally moves them from team to team in every freaking phase of the raid, and he moves them and he moves them from his arena team, and then he puts them on this team, and he moves them from that team, and he puts them on this team, and he's always moving these mods because he's really trying to min max, and he messed up, and we're gonna ban that guy.
And I've used the
no. And here's the deal: we're gonna give him a warning the first time, and the second time we're going to ban him, right? And here's the deal: the guy's got a workflow down, and so now he does it a second time because he's only done it like this for 17 other GAs, right? And now we're gonna ban him over it.
It's real simple. You can see who's using this exploit or not. You can
No,
go.
I don't think you can.
Yes,
I don't
you
think
can.
you can.
No,
Absolutely.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Grande.
And here's the other thing too.
Bullshit!
Here's the other thing.
Okay, I gave you a chance to talk, Grande. Be quiet. Because this is bullshit. You can see if you go in Green Arena and they go and they pick a new team and they move mods from their Darth Revan to there and then use it, there was no raid, there was no nothing else. They did it in the Grand Arena, they assigned the mods and then moved it. If they do that,
event.
I'm not talking about the Pappy event. This is when you're in the Grand Arena, you get in there and then you switch the mods. It's
Right.
just like Territory Wars. I'm not talking about events before then. I'm
No,
talking
but
about
the one thing you're making an assumption on is that they're moving mods for Grand Arena or Territory Wars, right? So, for example, right now when I do Grand Arena or Territory Wars, I use one of the tabs, and I will put characters like teams in there because they have the option where you can set up the teams and not and have it also there's unique characters, so you never duplicate a character in any of the teams. So I will like set up my defense teams. I will try to set up my offense teams. If I do this after Grand Arena is locked, I assume my mods are set. I can then move mods for raids and all of that and then move them back. But if they were set something different for raids beforehand, and then I set up the teams and do the exact same thing I do and set up my teams and set up all of my characters and figure out which teams I can use for what, this process, and you guys, I'm not going to go into the full details, but you guys can watch the Darth microtransaction video. But if you do this, all you have to do is add a character to a new team in that squad select screen. You just add the character on there, and it doesn't pull it from your locked character. It pulls it from your current character. So anytime you set up a team after the lock, you have a chance of switching mods. That's the problem. And you can easily replicate that if you use that squad select screen. If you don't use the squad select screen, right, and then maybe they can look at it and figure it out.
This only works on the squad select screen.
Hmm?
You go in, you pick a character. I don't care whether it's blatant. I don't know how much more I can say this. You go into the squad, you create a squad. You just assume that the mods there are there. If you are moving mods after that fact, which you shouldn't be able to do and use those mods.
But after what fact? What is
it's locked? It's supposed to be locked. You know it's locked. It's supposed to be locked.
Yeah, so if you move mods after it's locked, right, and you're assuming that the mods are locked, and if somebody's using the squad select screen for other purposes, why should they have to know that the mods are being moved?
Man, all I got to tell you right now.
I'm not saying that people aren't doing it intentionally.
Innocent until proven guilty, man. And how are you ever going to be able?
Fine, let the cheaters get away with it. Fuck it. What do we care? You know.
I'm not saying that we should let them, but there's no way to really figure it out. And to what Grande's saying, it's not like you're gonna have one person doing it 50 times. You're gonna have one person doing it once because right now it's really just against Darth Revan. The other teams you pretty much all have a counter for, and you don't really need the best mods on those teams. Like you have a counter for even Jedi Knight Revan, you have a counter for Traya, you have a counter for CLS, Jedi Training Ray, Bounty Hunters, First Order, whatever it is, right? You don't need mods on those things, but speed against Darth Revan is where it is. So if people are using this exploit, they're going to use it just one time on Darth Revan. Now, do you consider that one time to be enough to ban somebody? Now you're getting into a whole different argument. Is one time enough to ban somebody?
Yes.
You're saying that, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but how do you prove that that person did it intentionally versus accidentally?
How long are we banning them for?
Forever. I don't got room for cheaters, man. I don't have room for cheaters.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they've never banned anyone forever.
I know, and that's the problem. You just get away with it, create it, and come on back. You know,
not even create a new account. The old account.
Yeah, bring your old account back. It's fine. We got that money. So hell, what's integrity? We don't need it. It's not important. It doesn't matter.
The problem is they did nothing with this. Let's just talk about the underlying thing, right? The problem is this has been around for months, right? Possibly more than a year. I think Grande said like a year and a half, and I know I've seen it at least 6 months. and people talking about it. So this has been around for months. The
I mean,
fact that they didn't say
you
they're
can show
addressing
this. You can show this. So if you show, like Ronnie said, you made a great point. Like, I moved my mods and did a raid, or I did something, right? I created a squad, and then I went and used this. That's one thing. But if you can go in there and see, we can go in the game and see you changed mods right before the battle with GA. You moved the character and the mods right before you attacked. That's a big difference between what you're saying, which is
it is. But do you know how difficult it is to find that specific of a use? I'm not saying it's impossible, right? But the process is not going to be CG looking for everyone that did that. It's going to end up being they're going to be waiting for somebody to report to Leviathan that somebody is suspected of cheating, and then they're going to try and figure out what it is and figure out how they did their mods and whether this was actually this isn't that easy in order to do any kind of ban. This post is a hollow threat because there is no way for them to actually figure out how to ban people. They're trying to caution people not to do it, and I'm not going to do it. There's no reason. I don't want to risk anything, so why jeopardize it? But there's really no way for them to enforce this. It's kind of just like a stern warning, be careful, don't do this kind of thing. They're not going to do anything. There's just no way.
Here's the other thing too, is we get super passionate about it.
It's a joke.
But the statistical difference between whether you won or lost in TW makes no difference on your roster. That's the even weirder part about it. It's all about bragging rights in TW. Whether you win or lose in a TW makes no
one Zeta,
difference.
You know.
Well, because here's the deal. Here's the deal: is there's more statistical variance in the daily challenges than there are in whether or not you win or lose the Zeta. Which means the statistical variance in the daily challenges in the fleet area override the variance on winning and losing in TW.
Yeah. And this whole thing is just
so we're gonna ban someone. We're gonna ban someone when they basically got bragging rights and they actually didn't improve their roster.
I'm just saying
that's even weirder, right? That's even weirder, right? I mean, if you want to add a whole other level
for now, don't forget in the post they talked about it. Grand Arena Championships.
Agreed.
We don't know what the final result of Grand Arena Championships are and whether they're going to make it so that loot and everything is an issue, that you do get good rewards.
And past win or losses count for ranking that.
This brings back what we said when Grand Arena first started. Tournaments. Mm-hmm. You are running the risk of going down the same route as tournaments with cheating.
We have talked. Remember, I mean, how many exploits were there with freaking tournaments? Every time they try to bring back some version of tournaments, we end up with a problem, and that's just Anyway, oh my god, dude.
I mean, if you're playing the game straight and you're not moving mods and stuff, I mean, you're good. So.
Well, people the problem is people move mods all the time and from all different kinds of screens. Right?
But I'm still trying.
I know what you're saying, Ranger. Your example is very specific and can be linked to cheating, right? If somebody is going in and right before they're attacking the Darth Revan team, they switch their mods and then attack and then switch them back or something, that becomes really obvious. What if the person knows that that's the way they're tracking it and changes it 3 hours before and does other things and then does the attack and then changes it?
Oh, dang.
They could do it that way too, but I'm just saying.
How do you now track it? Now somebody can say they did it for another reason. I was testing out this character in Galactic War, and then I did my Grand Arena.
I hadn't even thought about that. They spread it apart.
Yeah.
They spread it and
there's only so much you can do in order to track it, right? Like you can always, and this goes with everything in real life too, right? You can always track the ones that do bad things stupidly, because the stupid ones make it really obvious. The dumb
criminal, right?
It's the dumb criminal. You can catch all of them.
It's the Bernie Madoff that we can't find for 14.
Exactly. The ones that go out of their way in order to hide it, you're not going to find it. So the only ones they're going to ban are the ones that are doing this obviously and stupidly for their entire roster. But that's the way it's going to go.
Did you see what Dakara Gaming wrote? I just saved the squad list as not cheating with mods, so they know I'm legit.
I think the bigger issue though is
Excellent.
The bigger issue here is that this has been going on for a long time. CG knew about it. Didn't say a damn thing about it. We've been playing this game
Here's
for
the
this
reason
long.
they didn't say because they couldn't replicate the results. And
How
the
did-
reason
how-
why they
that blows my mind.
Here's the reason, because they don't. Here's the reason. They did all the steps, and then they went back and they looked at the mods the second time, and the mods looked right. But then they didn't take the additional step of understanding how mods interact with the character and how you can actually check not by looking at the mods, but by how the character acts in the battle.
I mean,
Because if you saw what microtransaction did, he actually did the combat looking at the speeds and showed that someone became faster than the other.
Right.
That's the way you test it, not just by looking,
you can't
but
just
by
look at
actually
it.
seeing that one became faster.
It's that extra step that wasn't taken. Look, there's all kinds of exploits in this game that nobody talks about, like that I don't even know how you fix, because some of what happens is on my phone, and how an iOS device tracks time is different than how an Android device tracks time.
The problem being,
and it can affect different things.
But this is the thing that CG should have just done immediately. The characters and the mods are supposed to be locked when it hits, right? No matter what you change on the outside, it shouldn't have any effect on any of the characters once you're in the GA or Territory Wars.
Yeah.
But
it's a bug, right? This is something that they were trying to look, and if you looked at it visually, the mods still look like they were the same as it was before, but the interaction in the actual combat wasn't.
Right.
So it looked like everything was still working, and they were trying to replicate it, and it wasn't showing up. But until you go into the combat, they didn't actually see the stat change. And speed is the easiest way, because you can't really see health or protection or anything else.
Here's the problem.
That's an easy C for me.
But here's the thing: is that's human error, right? I'm not going to get upset about human error and about if somebody gives me a set of instructions that I don't follow the instructions. I mean, we've all cooked food before and screwed up the recipe, right? That's human error. The human error part, if someone tells me how to do something and I don't get the same result they did, does not necessarily mean that the first person's results are invalid. The challenge here is what happened from today on.
Right.
That's the problem. The problem is once it was figured out, once we've decided there's a line drawn in the sand of when the video was uploaded, and what's been said and what's been posted from today on is the problem. We can't go back and fix the past, right?
I mean,
we can't do it. We just got to move on from that.
Until this post, right? And I saw it in our Discord and stuff, like people were expecting a rant. And I mean, I was just looking at it, I'm like, I don't really see what there is to rant about. This has been ongoing for months, right? This isn't really anything new. It just happens to be more public now. It's another bug in the game that they're going to have to fix. But until this post, where it said that this was brought to our attention recently, they didn't want things being publicly visible, and then this post gives no details about the bug. So what is there being visible? This post upset me more than the actual problem that's been going on, because I think a lot of us at least knew that this was happening, and I just assumed they were working on it, not that they were going to be fixing it within an hour of microtransactions posting his video. That's what lit the fire under them. Mm-hmm. Now everyone knows, so let's get it fixed now. And it was just sitting on the back burner, like the 600 bug, like the Tebow bug, like every other bug that we waited 6 months for, right? So this wasn't anything new. And that's why I was actually glad that Microtransaction put out the video. I'm like, you know what? That's exactly the right thing to do. That's the only way to get a change. And that's exactly what he did.
It's a right. Darth Microtransaction. Here's the thing. The day I post the video, we get dev communication. So that's all I need to know is that it worked.
Yeah. That's exactly the right thing. And that's why even in the Discord I said that people that are yelling at you for putting this video out and explaining the exploit, I think are just obviously they're the ones that are cheating. So
if anybody's yelling at Darth Microtransaction for telling the truth, bring that crap my way. I'll be more than happy to debate your stupid ass on that. You leave my boy alone.
There were people that said he cheated in the process of making the video, and I'm like, go back and
Go
I'm
back
like,
and watch. He
and I'm like,
retreated
go
from
back.
every single video,
Yeah, I was
and
like,
he managed to take an attempt. So he actually screwed himself with
Yeah.
every attempt because he dropped 30 points on every attack.
Those people do me.
The idea here is more transparency and more openness creates a better environment. It's this. Look, it's the same reason why I've said we need open beta, right? We need a fully open beta that's open to like the first 1,000 or 10,000 people that want to come in, because what we've done at that point, I mean, look, you're not really making the money on the characters anymore. We're making the money on the gear. The gear is going to be the gear regardless of what happens. So if the gear is the gear regardless of what happens, then open it up and let's play test everything and let's go ahead and fix all the bugs. And the bigger thing with this is this post that we got today does not put the player and the developer on the same side of the problem. That's that might look, if there's an issue, the easiest way to solve the issue, right? If there's an issue, the easiest way to do that is somehow find a way to get both people on the same side of the issue, so then you can fight the problem rather than just going like this against each other. And that's what wasn't done here. This is a how people interact with each other problem.
And you know what? It's probably, you know what, screw it. I'm going to say it anyways. If you guys go on the EA question things, you'll see it too. This problem isn't limited to just mods. There are reports of this happening with levels, with skill levels, so you can level up somebody's skills and get them, and with Zetas.
Oh, no.
This has been on since September. Since September, there have been posts about things not locking in Territory Wars and Grand Arena. Now, I haven't seen any videos to this extent, but I'm telling CG right now that if you guys haven't looked at it, look at it now. Check for gear, check for mods, check for skills, check for Zetas, all of that. We don't need this happening if you're creating Grand Arena championships and trying to actually make rewards important for these game modes that right now people are just blowing off anyways because you keep on making them fun and playful for everyone. If you're not going to be serious about it, then don't even bother doing the lock anymore. Just drop the lock. Let people move it around and waste their credits. But if you're being serious about the lock, make sure that the skills, the Zetas, the gear all lock properly. We don't need that crap.
No, it's on everything. So get this, right? So now that it's not just mods, somebody gets Padme and then goes, oh wait, I really want to level her and try her, and levels her on the wrong screen and then goes back to the other screen and can use her again. And here's the thing, we have people that don't even know that the pawns have a buff for the event. There are people in this game that have probably been playing the whole time and don't even know that mods are locked once you start GA. Like, they don't even know that. Grand Arena sounds like Galactic War. It's kind of the same thing, you know. So they're really the same thing. Or Galactic War sounds like Territory War, so they work the same way. I mean, imagine people thinking for a moment that they never read that there's a lock. Oh my god! I mean, oh my gosh! Oh my god!
I really do think, and I don't know if everyone would like it, but I would say just drop the lock thing entirely. I don't know if people want to waste their credits for that kind of competition and moving around mods. Let them. I don't see what the issue is with letting them do that.
Again, right? Cheaters are cheaters. The problem is these people that do this stuff on accident and accidentally beat somebody, right? My problem today is the guy that's I mean there are
we have people in the chat right now saying they move around mods all the time.
Here's the I need to go. Grande need to go lay down. Oh my gosh, no. But here's the thing. We just got onto Twitch, right? And so I've kind of been watching Twitch a little bit, kind of been working it out. And you get some late night stuff where it's literally just one dude, and he happens to have like OBS, and he's just on his game, just playing. And you go in there and you look and you start asking him stuff. You're like, "What level are you?" And they're like, "Well, I'm level 85, and I'm trying to do this 4-star Padme event." And I'm like, "Buddy, we need to work your mods." And I go in there, and he's actually trying to do the Padme event, and he has no mods on his separatists at all. Or you go in there and he's level 85 and the guy's been selling 5-dot mods the entire time. And he's got 1-dot mods on his characters that he put on day one, and he's never done anything with them before. I am telling you, there are people that could easily have done this on accident. That's the oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. I mean, or they don't read stuff. I mean, there's another guy. There's another guy on Twitch. The poor freaking schmo can't read anything in this game to save his life. I'm like typing in his chat. Read what it says right there, man. What does that say? That's important for you to reread that. And all of a sudden, this like light bulb moment goes. Oh, that's bad if I use that, and it's good if I use this. I mean, oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
McVenom's been kind of quiet. You. What do you think, McVenom?
You can
I think
yell at
it's
us.
what?
Yell and scream.
Are we tilting at windmills?
No, I was just looking at my TW actually while you were talking, but kind of sucks. I think it's it's pretty sucky that they've known about this for so long, and now they're choosing after Dark Microtransactions video to come out, and like people are blaming him for it. That's kind of bullshit.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's such bullshit.
God.
And this whole thing about, oh, well, somebody said, I hate that the cheaters know about this now. Cheaters already know about it. If they're cheating and they're looking for ways to cheat, trust me, they knew about it before the video. Like, that's the personality. That's the way they operate. They're going to find out before anybody else does. And it's just microtransaction just came about it because he's not a cheater. And it came out. Like, it's not what people are saying. I mean, look, he's a really good he's a really good guy. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber. Probably, it's just like anything else. Somebody, showed him something or did something, and all of a sudden he was like,
oh no, he was like, hell no.
He was like, what the crap? I mean, something, I'm sure. I mean, can you only imagine what his what the crap moment was like?
we saw it on the video at the end.
Oh yeah, he got pissed and stood up. So Can't Touch just said, Tits is just here to be the pretty face for us to look at while her love for the game dwindles away. It has been dwindling for so long, and little BS things like this just keep compounding. It's like a cumulative effect to the point where I'm just like,
you're not the only one, and the fact that they don't really have any new content in the game, it's boring as hell.
Well, and the fact
right
that
now,
everything that happens, they somehow make it a way to turn it on to us, that it's our fault in a way. Like, oh, if you do this, then you're wrong. Your game is fucking jacked. I'm sorry. It's broke. Why are you blaming me for it?
You're blaming me for you jacking.
Like, sorry.
So wait. So I pay you money, right? I buy your services. You tell me I do something wrong, and then you ban me. Like, yeah, it's like because I didn't do it your way. I mean,
it's just like all the fixes, like all the broken sound. The broken characters.
The broken sound.
There's broken characters. They put out a character, and because somebody figures out a way to use it in a different way than they intended, oh, that's wrong. We're going to fix it and take it all away from you. Like, it doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense because I'm just so frustrated with it. I really am. Like, just,
anyway, can we talk about something positive now? I have some positive news.
If it's about your pool, I'm going to punch you in the face.
No. So I put it in
I've
here.
I've seen enough of you bare
chested
naked.
No. I'm going to tag you in here because it's in Finn stuff, right? I did the post, and then let me go ahead and put it on here because the person that posted this is actually in chat right now, and so I wanted everybody to look at it. This right here is a Reddit post that I want to look at, and I think it's really freaking cool. And the deal here on this post, so this is made by Dakara, who's in this chat right now, and on Reddit, he posted, and he talks about a way to run a JTR team in the Sith raid, and he got 24 million damage.
That doesn't
with
surprise
one
me.
So he's running his P1 team, and I understand he's bridging from P1 to P2, but with one team, he's getting 24.1 million damage. Here, I know he posted this about 10 hours ago, and he's got a video that kind of explains it, and he's kind of written some stuff up on it. You can look at it. It's titled 24 Million Reasons to Watch the Best Guide to the HSR Resistance Runs.
That's cool.
And it's anyway. It's
Hold on, they're saying it's buffering.
Oh, it's buffering.
I'm checking now.
That ain't us.
I am getting the
wheel. Let me refresh.
I'm getting the wheel.
I think it's the post.
The post is doing it.
Could be some advertisement or something on there.
All right. Well, then just drop the thing, and we'll just talk about it. Is that better? Okay.
What does that mean? Reddit said, "Don't explain my post."
What did Reddit? Reddit said, "Don't explain my post."
I don't know. Dakara wrote that.
Anyway.
No, it's probably when Grande got cut off.
Oh. So,
the last words of Grande. This Reddit post, and then before we knew it was all over.
No! Did I get cut off?
I think you got cut off.
Am I back up now, or am I not back up now?
I'm checking now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I think it's coming back up. Yeah.
All right. If you can hear me now,
I'm checking. Hold on.
Chat. Let me know.
Hold on. It's coming in choppy right now.
I don't know what this is.
Well, you want to just take it off and just show gameplay or something?
I don't.
Yeah, just close the whole browser, and then because we just need the full. Yeah.
Ray Rock said some people wail hard. RSG just buffer hard. I love it.
Let me
Hold on. I'm checking now. I think we're getting back.
It's unbuffering on my name. You are so kind. Thanks for the shout out. Back to Grande. Can you hear me now? How about now?
I think they might have audio. It's the video that's coming in choppy. You guys can let us know, but I think it's the.
All right. So anyway, go to Reddit. Look up like 24 million, and Dakara does a really good job. He's got a little video on there. I kind of like it, and it's the biggest score I've ever seen, and he didn't have to do any cheating to make it happen. It's totally legit. So so go look at it. It's super fun. And give him an upvote on the thing and whatever, just so you guys can kind of look at it. I learned something about how to run Resist It. You lost all video. Can you hear me though? As long as you guys can hear me.
I'm looking at the stream. It's just
okay.
So, no, it lost the zoom. The zoom window disappeared.
I'm looking at the zoom window.
Anyway,
I have to bring it back up.
I like to do hard raid damage, and I like to kind of push in that area of the game, and so it's super cool for me. It'll help more people get better rewards and compete in PvE content, which is super cool. So go take a look at it. It's probably one of the best posts I think on Reddit for the week, probably maybe even for the month, and it's not like a trolly thing. So we like that. We like non-trolly things.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was not us, man.
Okay.
That was something else. I don't know what this is.
Well, at least it's there. Anyway, that's probably one of the best things that I've seen that we didn't really talk about yet. That was on the ye old Reddits.
Ye old Reddit.
And it wasn't salty. And it's something that's cool. Anyway, congrats to Dakara on that. On that score and on working so freaking hard on that team to make it happen. So,
all right.
What else we got?
I think that's it.
I think it's time for Twitter questions.
Oh,
let me give you some good suggestions. I want good ones so that maybe they'll hear it and give us some good bonuses.
Well,
to make it interesting again.
I think you're asking the wrong audience.
Probably.
After the Han update is a real
right up
thing.
your ass, CG. That's the bonus you can have.
All right, so you're doing the judging, right, McVenom?
Yes.
I think we should all do the judging.
Okay.
It's better when you do it because I like to see your reaction because it's funny as hell.
All right. We'll
I'm trying to see if this is it because I thought I got notifications that there were more, so I'm checking this one.
Why are we
okay. So the first one is, you want real? How about CG taking some dang pride in their product, working audio controls, GA that actually locks when they say it locks, GAs that are tournaments 2.0? How's that for real? With the amount of money we dump into this game? Nonsense.
I know who that was.
That's the first one.
I already know who that was.
God damn.
All right. The next one, none. It's just none.
None.
I kind of think that's funny.
Can I say that's my favorite one because I hate all of these bonuses. They're all awful. Okay, next one. 3v3 with banned tunes, OP clone bonuses, OP Han bonus, and OP mace bonus. Yay, fun and playful. God, please don't bring back the banned tunes.
No, that was a really bad idea, right? I mean, the band,
bad idea.
You know,
very bad idea.
The banned tunes, golly. I mean, that was like a.
It did the same thing that we're saying that they're doing now, right? It puts the blame on the players for getting the characters banned because they voted for the wrong ones.
My favorite. Awful. Boom, right
Here's what I wonder: if you ban a character and then you go into the selection screen.
Oh God! Damn it, Grande.
Sorry, I won't go back there. That was some circular logic. I apologize.
We also got another one. Is none an option?
Oh man, you know this could be so much bigger. What if you go into TB and you put a character in platoons? Does that mean now you can use the character again?
They haven't done. Okay, so they haven't allowed the reusing of characters yet. I say yet because we don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, I've never tried it.
I've tried. It doesn't even show up on your list.
Have you tried? No. But I mean, if you went into the character selection, oh my.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
good.
You can create
so at least that's guys. So at least that thing's not broken.
Yeah. So if you put something in platoon,
are we sure? Have you tested it?
This one I have.
I'm not
so if you
trying
put
to
something
be an
in.
idiot here, man.
No. This one I have. So if you put a character in platoons, you can create a squad with that character.
Okay.
But when you go to the thing, he's like the characters redded out or like shown that they can't join. And when you try to select it, it says you're selecting something with less that can't.
All right.
And then it fills up without it. So that part I have tested.
Okay.
So that part is true.
Okay.
Next one. How about tweaking specific debuffs? For example, stun can be made to last for 2 turns, or dots could become undispellable, kind of like plague. Stagger could add a stun when triggered. Defense down could cause extra damage like Deathmark. But the bonuses ruin TW for me.
I actually don't mind that.
I do kind of like that one.
That would apply to several, and not just a specific faction, but it would apply to several different factions that people could kind of play with a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really mind that one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it.
I think some of those would be a little bit complicated, but I think it would be cool if they could do that.
It would also be annoying as hell if you're a person that doesn't read up on the bonus.
Oh yeah.
And you go in there thinking you're using it one way, and then you ruin your whole team and your run. That would kind of suck.
All right, I'm gonna refresh before I read the other one because that one is otherwise the last one. Let me see. Sorry. So 50 seconds ago, someone just posted as their suggestion, CG can go suck a big one.
Jesus.
I mean, here's the thing.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Here's the thing. I'd like for them to have a public relations win, man. I really would. You know?
Really?
I want them to. I'd like for them to have a win.
I don't want.
When their public relations win was when we played Ultimate Chicken Horse with CG Chrome. That was their public relations win because honestly, I don't feel like there's any other time that I really legit heard a good thing.
I mean, like this is not their first rodeo, right? I mean, they've been doing this for 3 years. I mean, usually, I just want them to have a successful PR week.
A week? Let's start with a day.
Let's start with an hour.
This has not been a good start of 2019 for them. Let's just be honest. This has not been a good start to 2019 for them from a PR's perspective. I can't even guess at the money. We know that there was Darth Revan. We know that there was Darth Malik. So I'm sure they made money there. So financially, who knows? But from a PR perspective, it hasn't been good. Yeah. From a gameplay perspective, the arena is stale. The fleet is stale. Darth Revan was behind a huge paywall, and Malik was even behind an even more of a paywall. A character brought in, or I shouldn't say brought in, a character found that can be a counter and provided a rock, paper, scissors meta was intentionally countered with the release of Malik, so Emperor Palpatine became a fail. You said that Jedi Knight Anakin was going to be okay, or implied, but he was going to be balanced when Padme came out, and then managed to nerf Anakin with said change that you said was working as intended, and nerfed him. Now we need something good in 2019. Sorry, 2019 has been marred by awfulness so far in the start of this game. Not to mention no new content.
I just want to have a week. I want to have a week. I'd like to have a couple, 2 or 3, 4 weeks where we're on here and we're like, hey, it's kind of like a normal week. There's like no freaking 90210 like hippie high school drama. Can we like have a week with no like thing like this?
No.
I'm gonna say this again. I know that there's no financial involvement for them, but can you imagine? And I just want you to just picture for a second. If they had a sandbox mode where we just spent an hour just fighting each other with our different teams and testing things out, honestly, just think about it for a second. They say that there is no value monetarily for them for a sandbox mode. Yeah. I don't think they realize that players having fun promotes the game more than anything else they can do. And lately, there hasn't been a lot of fun, honestly. People have been dropping this game because there is no new content. They have been bored out of their minds. Every meta is stale. There's nothing going on.
I'm sorry. This guy just said, how much of the bad PR is just a community that is complaining too much? Can CG really make the community happy? It's a good start would be making a product that's not jank as
I know.
to be honest, that would probably be.
You're not wrong, Jedi Clutch, but the problem is the community isn't happy because this is a game and they're not having fun.
It's non-stop promoted to mistakes.
Jedi Clutch is in a different mind space than the rest of us. He just found out last week that more than just him by himself play the game. So he just learned that there was like a community and like YouTube videos and stuff, right? So he's kind of coming at this from a different headspace than the rest of us.
Well, and we
got to keep him up to speed.
If that's the case, then he probably is not up to date on all of the different communication fails that have been coming and throwing
this
at
is
us
true.
like vomit for the last 3 years that have just been failure after failure, redeeming sometimes, and then another failure right after they redeem themselves. It is just like it's an emotional roller coaster with this game. That
let's be clear too. The people that are complaining are not complaining for the sake of complaining.
Yeah,
they're complaining because they want to play this game and have fun and want to make it better. We don't complain about this game because we just want to. We want this game to last. At this point, we have all, I know McVenom is a little bit less, but pretty much for the better part of 2 years or more, we have all put in time into this game. This game dying for no reason would mean that 2 years, 3 years of our life has been wasted on a game that just ends. Not to mention money and all the other things they got put into this.
We've been streaming for 3 years.
I was about to say, I might not have much time.
I knew you guys before we even started streaming for 8 months.
So here is the biggest problem, is when the complaining stops. Because when the complaining stops, that means the player base becomes less passionate, they get apathetic, and they quit.
Yeah.
That is the direction that the game is going. We are still complaining because we want the game to be good. We want the game to stop making these blunders that just basically just get the whole community riled up, because it seems like they're hiding something, or they get this overly greedy mentality. And even that sometimes I defend because it's a business. So we've come at it from different sides. But the day that people stop complaining will be the worst day for this game, because that is when they get apathetic and people will quit. And we have seen more people go down that path lately than any time I can remember in the past, I want to say 2 years. Or actually maybe even since the start of the game. I can't remember as many people getting bored with this game, getting apathetic with this game, just not caring anymore, reducing their time in the game, not feeling like Arena is worth it because it's just Revan after Revan after Revan after Revan. Fleet is just home one after home one after home one, just milk fight. There's nothing that keeps them there. Territory Wars ends up being some kind of weird, fun and playful nonsense where all of a sudden you just throw in a bunch of Hans, or you use droids and they just randomly blow up. This whole thing is just stupid. Grand Arena is now marred with mods being illegally added. What aspect of the game is not broken? Simming of Galactic Wars. That is what we are down to now. The only area that is not broken is
maybe
simming of Galactic Wars.
Maybe Raids is not broken.
Raids is okay. Now it's not. They've done a bunch of fixes. Raids has not been broken. Fine, I will give you Raids. But how much? Except for the people...
I wasn't trying to counterpoint your.
No. You're right, and so I'm glad you brought it up. So Raids is there too. But honestly, Grande, and again, different for different GPs and stuff. How many people at higher GPs are really fighting in any given raid? It's like a handful of people, right?
I'm gonna say it's 20-30% of the guild would be a good day.
Yeah. So I mean, this is not the state of the game that we want the game to be in.
No.
This is Galaxy of Mods right now, and we can't even farm mods. We are stuck on the number of mods that we can have. Meanwhile, you're trying to increase the use of other stats besides speed, so we can't even just focus our mods that we have on speed. It's now getting spread out to making sure you have offense, health, protection, tenacity, potency, and you're intentionally doing this, which is fine, but then mod capping us? Making us sell, making it easy to sell mods when we get there, and then we see that the mods are crap and have to go.
We have a streamer in game that sold mods he didn't even want to sell.
It's not fair.
I mean, we have a streamer in the chat right now that kind of like whoopsie, right? I mean, that sucks, man. I mean, can you? And here's the thing. Here's the thing. He did it on stream. Imagine all the people that have done it on accident, not on stream. I'm just going to tell you because I know he's in the chat and he hasn't talked once at all. But there's a particular player.
He has.
He's chatting.
He's talking to
No. There's a particular player that's in game that I ran his account for a week because he's in the military and he had to go somewhere else. And I went in there to help to run his account for the week and get him rank 1, and because some special character was coming out during that week. And he lets me have access to his account, and I go in there and I look and I'm like, where are all of your crosses? Why do you not have crosses on all your characters and only crosses? Like triangles I could understand because those are kind of hard to come by sometimes. Why do you only have like a total of 17 crosses? And he's like, shut up, we don't talk about that. And I'm like, what do you mean we don't talk about it? And he was like, 4 months ago, I sold every cross I own on accident.
Ooh.
He sold on accident every cross he owned.
How do you do that?
He was uninstalling them, trying to move mods and put mods around. And he thought he had the mods on, and he didn't. And he had a capped inventory, and he needed to get some more space. And so he thought, I've got tons of crosses. Let me just... And he, instead of going in there and pinpointing, he accidentally hit select all, sell, agree. And sold every one of them. And because he wasn't a player that locked mods, he sold every one of them. And so he literally was starting over with cross mods. Yeah, wow. It was this was an accident, right? Yeah. Anyway, just.
And I mean, I see somebody in chat, Kyrie MWs. So he's saying he really enjoys the game, and I'm glad.
Yeah,
I don't know how long you
game
played.
I enjoy.
Yeah.
But
we still enjoy it. The problem is there hasn't been any new content, and outside of the game, there are so many freaking blunders that it
don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, it's starting to go downhill, and now we're still.
I feel like I would enjoy it more if the less I read on the forums, and the less I'm on Discord, the more I enjoy the game.
You know, one of my guildmates.
No, you're right. That
sounds...
is the way. The less you get away from the decision making and actually seeing how they actually do everything, the more you actually.
The more I go,
the game,
the more I go back
sad.
to how. Yeah,
which is sad.
The more I go back to how I started this game, which is I just wanted something after I was done reading Twitter and after I was done reading Facebook, where I just swung a lightsaber around while I was pooping on the toilet. The more I get back to that, the more I enjoy it. The more I try to get into the esoteric stuff that happens, the less I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So what you were saying about the fun thing that's not broken, the one thing that's not broken is the galactic raid or the galactic
Wars.
Galactic
the simming.
War. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a guildmate of mine, he does this game thing where he pretty much will pick another person in the guild and say, hey, let's see who can finish. Let's start now. We'll set a time and we'll start and see who can get to the end of Galactic War
Speed
with
collecting.
only playing, speed with only playing like certain characters, or we build like this ridiculous squad and say, okay, who can get to the end and furthest, and that's the way he finds joy in the game now. Any other thing, he doesn't at all. It's like that should tell you something. If you have to kind of like make your own little game out of it to still enjoy it, I think that's what we were trying to say.
Oh, they're asking who won the Twitter poll.
Oh, we still have a couple more responses.
Okay, well let's get those.
You got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, we got a little sidetracked there. I'm like, did we?
Damn it! Damn it! The response of CG can go suck a big one completely threw us off track.
Big old bag of Let's do it.
All right. So I think there were 2 left. I'm double checking. Yeah, so there were 2 left. One of them, TW bonus, Revenge of the Low Ground. All level 1 tunes become level 1000.
Oh, damn. No.
Oh,
no.
that would be...
No.
Can you imagine? Yeah. That would be... So all of like the guys that have never leveled anything, they end up with the open...
Actually, this might be good for me.
I took my characters to 55. I got screwed.
I know.
And then the last one, Plucky Brunettes. All ladies with brown hair have immediate disarm effect on any male tunes. Negative 300% defense, slowed, and their ability buttons change order on the screen to mimic confusion and always doing the wrong thing.
First of all, it's not brunettes, it's eggplant. All right, so let's get the color of the hair right.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
How you doing?
Yeah.
What's up, Revan? Come at me, bro.
I can't. That eggplant hair color, it's too invigorating.
I like it.
It's like, wait, right. Are you the Tits McVenom that once broke someone's collarbone in roller derby? Yes.
Who's asking, Revan?
All right. Which ones did you like? Let's.
I like the nun.
That was my favorite. Yes.
The other nun. I like the big suck one CG. And then the brunette thing. I like that one.
Well,
okay, which nun? Because we had 2 of them. One was just straight nun in caps.
No,
are we doing both?
That one.
Okay, because the other one is not an option.
I like both of them because I feel like
we'll do both.
Didn't read that the other person put none, so it was his genuine thought too. So
yeah, they were done around the same time. It's hard to find the exact time. Okay, so Plucky Brunettes was. Can you guess?
Yes, it's Bimatsu.
It is not Bimatsu.
Oh, okay.
Plucky Brunettes was not Bimatsu.
Oh, new admirer. Who is it?
Still get a heart, Bimatsu.
Yeah.
It was Miss Ouchie Dumpling.
Oh, that makes sense too. That's so
good.
All right, then CG can go suck a big one.
I have no idea.
That one was Bimatsu.
Oh.
Very nice.
Man, I missed it by that much.
So close.
I missed it by that much.
And then the nuns. So just nun in caps was can't touch this.
Nice.
Very
and
nice.
then is none an option was Miss L Kitty Kelly.
Nice.
Very nice.
So there you go. Those are our winners.
All right.
For today's Twitter question.
And now
I also like the first one. Who was the first one?
That was
the Plucky Brunettes?
No.
The very first one you read.
First one you read.
The first one which one was the first one I read? The one about you want real? So you want real? How about CG taking some gap dang pride in their product?
Yeah,
working audio controls. GA that actually
we know who that is.
Okay, you don't have to read it all. Come on.
Yeah. You know who that is?
No.
Helenix.
Yeah.
I knew that as soon as I heard it.
Yeah, I should have known that.
All right, let's get to some questions and wrap this mayhem up.
We need to go fast on questions, don't we?
We'll do about 15 minutes.
We'll get as many as we can in the next 10-15 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so
we'll let you just decide which questions are the right ones.
Oh, we're letting Finn pick. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we're going to let Finn pick. He's usually good at picking.
Actually, I don't think we got, I'm looking. It doesn't look like we got a lot of questions, actually. I think more people are having fun joining in with our discussions. Yeah, people are having more fun with our discussions.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Let's see. So the first 2 are trolls from Helenix. So that starts us off well.
Yeah, Can
we just have fun questions? I think we have fun questions all the way. So let's just
let's have some fun questions.
So, however you want to do it.
Yeah. So Helenix, does it seem to anyone else besides me that think that CG devs just aren't taking pride in their work lately. The GA exploit, broken audio controls, etc., etc. Tournaments 2.0.
I don't know that it's that they're not taking pride. I think there might be some external forces pushing them, and maybe
something's going on.
I think their priorities are just different as devs versus players, right? We're looking at different things than they are.
Perspective.
The problem is, and I think Grande mentioned this in his rant, the problem is it feels like they're dismissive of the players. It's not that there's different perspectives, but sometimes it feels like the player ones are getting pushed aside a little bit too much. And there are things that are more critical for the gameplay. And that's when it starts, eventually, once it becomes more public and it's not just a few people trying to bring it up and hopefully stopping something from spreading. Once it becomes public, then it's spread, and then that's when they do it. It feels a lot more retroactive than proactive for everything they do.
And it feels a lot in the posts and stuff, the responses that they give, or a lot of the tweets that have been going out lately for every issue.
Can we
it feels
just
like
stop?
they say it makes it feel like we're complaining, that they see us as just ranting and complaining, and that we'll do it no matter what. And that's what I get the vibe from those tweets and from the posts.
There's a particular politician that likes to decree things from his personal Twitter account. And I'm not so sure that's a really wise choice
not a
for
smart
him.
thing.
And so I'm thinking that if it's not a wise choice for him, it would not be a wise choice for me to make company responses from my personal Twitter account either.
I think that was realized too after the fact.
And so I'm thinking that we probably just need to stop talking about our job on our personal Twitter at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I think it was realized after the fact that was a bad idea.
I hope it was realized after the fact that was a very poor choice.
It was. It really was.
Haven't we had a couple of those?
We've had more than one. I think since February. I think since February, it's probably over half a dozen. It's more than 6.
I'm pretty sure we've had more than one person do it too in the past.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's not just the one person.
We don't have to. There's been more than one person that this is. Yeah. All right. Hellenix, realistic. I guess Finity doesn't want me participating in today's Twitter question. Hellenix, did you see what all hands on deck is? Come on. Realistic takes a very loose term with all of this. There is no realistic territory.
Finn, this is the really real game world.
We are a video game player playing a Star Wars game inside of a Star Wars game. Aparingo question. Did I miss Ranger's 1980s rock and roll voice a handsome guy requested, or the request just got ignored?
No, I've been trying to do it, but I can't get it down, man. I mean, it's such a high-pitched, kind of voice. It's been a challenge. I've been trying to do it. I just can't get it. I've been working, because you can ask these guys. I'm always working on voices and stuff, and especially for requests. It's hard to get that. I went back and I actually went and been listening to 80s metal music, and it's like, did they have testicles? I mean, how do they do that? I mean, the grunge era was different because it was down here, but in the 80s metal bands, those guys sang at a level and did in those voices. It was like, I mean, good Lord. I'll keep trying, man. So,
have you ever heard of the Darkness Ranger? A thing called Love? Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that song. He goes really high like that.
I know. I mean, I went back and listened. I mean, whew, it's a whole nother ball game there, and I just don't know if my voice range can do it. I'm working on it, but I can't promise you anything here. It's really hard. That's one voice I cannot seem to master at the moment, but I'll keep at it.
Dakara makes a good point, though. If they stop doing their tweets on stuff on their personal accounts, then we'll have less drama to talk about.
I would love that.
I would love.
God, I would love that. Please.
I would love.
Do you know how much fun we have? Like, just to give you an example, yesterday when we're doing GA and we're setting up defenses and we're just sitting there talking about the game and why we're using this team and answering questions that's the stuff I live for.
And we're being a dork, and I'm in the pool.
Right,
I mean, it was like the dumbest. Then what it is? It's me and my buddies playing a
That's
game.
all I want.
And at the end of the day, I just want to hang out with my buddies and play a game. And I want to be able to have I would rather argue with Finity and Ranger and not argue about cheaters, but argue about whether potency or offense is better on this character. And talk about how this comp and how you should sub that and how this isn't a good trade for that in the game. And we can we're talking strategy in the game, because to me, the fun part is a character that I have a personal connection with, people that I'm playing with that I have a personal connection with, a story that I like, and on an analytical level, I can get into what it is that we're doing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I just want to see Tits punch Finn once. That's all I care about. That's my only
I've
goal.
punched Finn a couple times.
She punched him a couple times. Even we were in Florida all
but
together.
not in the face. That's what I'm really
No,
want.
she did not.
No.
I think you or I are getting a punch in the face before.
She's smart and doesn't want to leave a visible bruise. That's the way you do it.
All right.
You don't want to make it obvious.
Punch in the gut.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Science.
Hellenix, the question is not if there's a way to catch the cheaters, but do we trust the devs to do it right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way for them to do it, though.
I don't know who I would trust. In fact, some people that were way smarter than me decided they didn't like tyranny, and they didn't want a single individual or a single group of people being judge, jury, and executioner all at the same time.
Just give it to me. I'll do it.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I don't like one. I don't like it like that.
No.
I don't think it matters. I don't think they're going to
I don't think it matters
anybody.
either.
They're not going to do it to anybody.
Yeah, it's a you do that one more time and we're gonna turn this car around. that's what we got.
Yep.
Matt Richmond, question: have you seen the SC38 reimagined? Yes, I have. Multiple times, actually. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's a video. I'm trying to remember. It's like FX. I can't remember the channel. Hold on. Let me find it because I know it's been posted in the voice chat a few times. It is. Where is it? Now that I need it, it's like scrolled up. FX in post. FXITINPOST. They did basically a remake of what the Vader versus Old Ben scene should have been, or could have been. It was fantastic. Yeah, that was really cool. And I have to say, watching Star Wars Theory, the Star Wars Theory dude, watching that video was actually really awesome too. Like seeing his reaction to like another fan film, that was just really cool. So yeah, I have seen it. It's a good thing to see if you guys haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Next question, Jedi Clutch. That one McVenom asked during the thing, so we're good. Hideous question: is the game dying, and will Finn ever shut up? No and no. We'll get a no to both.
Game's not dead.
No, it's
yeah,
not
and
close.
I ain't shutting up.
I've tried.
Durgan.
I've tried so hard, and in the end, it doesn't really matter. Chester, wherever you are, help me.
Durgan, question: Finity, when the game ends soon, what will you play next? Damn it, Durgan.
Same question.
The bright side is there is no shortage of games to play.
Sure, we're not going anywhere.
Mobile games. I have 2 other games that I'm playing. I have PC games that now I can play and stream, hopefully, since I have my streaming setup working again. Yeah, there is no shortage of games to play. Let's just be honest. There's other mobile games that are now coming up. Grim mentioned it as part of his question, and I've seen other people chatting about it. The Raid Shadow Legends game.
I know. Quit pimping the damn thing in the channel, Grim.
The truth is, there's a lot of people that are really enjoying that game right now.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are super enjoying that game right now.
Yeah, looks like a cool game.
The problem is there is nothing in this game right now that is keeping people engaged. And so until
people are keeping me engaged, the community and our guilds
the
are.
community is,
really
the game is
Yeah,
not.
it's the community that keeps us.
That's really why I'm still playing. So if there's another game that's actually exciting and gives that excitement that SWGOH gave the first year or two, then it's what you're gonna want to be playing right now. So.
Yep. So there'll be plenty of other games that we're playing. I mean, I'm playing other PC games. We're doing other mobile games. So we'll have plenty of that around here. BCM, Big Country Mags. Question, what if they got rid of mods entirely and equalize all the character stats?
Yeah, they'll never do that.
No. The problem is they've gone way too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, we're too invested.
It's the same problem that we talk about with ships, right? And decoupling characters with ships. They've almost gone too far down that rabbit hole. So, yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, that was it for questions, I think. Let me check one.
And we had a great question by the Dagger somewhere.
Yeah, we have
where is it?
Let's see. We have 3 questions. Daggers is on there. The first one is from Xylo Takedown Games. It says, question, I've been streaming with you guys for 2 years and you guys have motivated me so much over the years. My question is mainly thoughts on advertising and any advice you guys have for my work.
Advertisement is something you just have to. So I know for us, one thing I can suggest is you just get involved with the community and other streamers. I think that's one thing we've always done. If you were looking for, be interactive, have someone come on your show, you go on their show, pimp their stuff.
We also, we run a different thing a little bit.
Everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube's algorithm and stuff like that, it's very tricky. You just have to you get into this for a reason, right? And you have to do it because you enjoy it and you want to share that with everybody because you're passionate about something. Even if you go on YouTube and you look at people that just do reactions, people watch that because they can tell the reaction of the person is whether it is or not, but it seems genuine, right? So being real, is one thing. It takes time. Anybody who thinks that you just jump on YouTube and you get 1 million fans is nuts. I've watched a lot of YouTubers over the years that I'm still watching.
Speaking of which, like and subscribe. I'm just going to say it right now while you're here.
And check out Zyla's channel. Bang, bang. But I mean, you get on the stream, you just keep doing it, and it slowly creeps up, and you just keep doing it, and it reaches a certain level, and you just keep going.
The other thing I would suggest is look at people that had crazy big growth, and look at them. They have a thing.
They do have a thing.
What you're good at, what you enjoy, what you're passionate about, and use that as your thing. Because if you're just doing what the current meta is that all the YouTubers are doing, but you're not really passionate or you don't enjoy it, that's going to come through.
I mean, look at
do
Urza.
Something you enjoy.
Look at Urza. Urza.
Yeah.
You don't watch Urza because you want to get the best, like
raid advice.
Right. You watch Urza because he's ridiculous and
he's got great Grand Arena teams.
And because he runs ridiculous stuff and he does video. He is entertaining and he's fun to watch. So that's his theme. Ours is more, let's get into the news, let's be passionate, let's discuss it.
And ranting. We do a lot of ranting.
We're the ranters, but what we're known for. No one else will do it. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to hold that feet to the fire. It doesn't make me popular with some people. I don't care. I don't do this. If you love me, great. If you don't, I don't care. I'm here because I'm here for the people that do care. And
I care. I'm a social butterfly.
I am not a social butterfly in that regard. But I really do. The thing I enjoy the most is the community. Just all the people and getting to interact and getting to know them on a personal level and just talking the game. People love that. I get messages all the time. Hey, love your show, blah, blah, and I make sure I always message anybody that takes the time to message me, and just even just talk with them. It means a lot to them, and that's the stuff I care about, and I care about the game being in a state for these people because I look at it from the working person that's trying to play this game that invests money. They're consumers. So I come from that angle. So just be yourself, find your niche. It takes time sometimes.
Always try to start making better videos. I mean, think about how much better our videos are just in the production quality today versus the production quality.
Well, we've been doing video. We didn't even do face vids for so long.
You remember for a long time it was nobody's face, and then it was just Ranger's face, and then it was just Spinity and Ranger. I mean, it's just how many times did stuff screw up? I mean, golly, dude.
Well, stuff still screws up, but we're a little bit better about it.
But now we blame Comcast for it, so it's fine.
Comcast sucks.
Anyway, next question.
The last two, yeah.
All right, and then last question from the Dagger. What are your stances on going into other people's accounts?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So
I think in a game like this,
I think the funniest thing I ever watched is watching when Warrior had our boy Urban in his account doing stuff. I was dying. I was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It is funny.
If someone gives their permission and it's cool, who cares?
I mean,
so I think it's necessary in a game this way. If you're going to have this level of required involvement to be competitive in a game, you have to be able to take vacations with your family or be able to do something. And I think it's like to have a guildmate say, hey, can you watch my account and do my 600 for me while I'm in Mexico next week? I don't think there's a problem with that. Like if you're using it to bad means, I mean, I could see where it would be a problem, but otherwise,
I'll give this CG Finn answer. I think it's fine personally, but just remember, any person going into your account is technically against the terms of service. It's not something they'll ban you for, but it's not something they'll help you with if anything happens when another person is accessing.
Well, there is.
So make sure that if you do it, it is somebody that you trust, right? I don't really see anything wrong with it, but make sure that you are doing it with somebody that you trust, that it's not anything that's you're going to be worried about somebody messing with their account.
People that know what they're doing and they're not like cross-platforming because that is a freaking headache. Finn and I went through that one time with.
Yeah, they changed the way that you can cross-platform, and now you have to link it to Facebook instead of just getting the code. It's ridiculous.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah. They made it much more of a headache in order to do that.
Speaking of, which one of you guys is going to watch my account for me while I'm in Mexico next week?
Not it.
Too
late, Grande. Grande was last.
I think Grande was last. You could remod for me.
Oh, Grande, think about it.
Grande already has a headache.
I mean, you're not really doing anything. Look, you're just sitting there.
When you're in the pool, you can just lay down and work on Make Better.
Grande just stroked out.
We're in the pool.
Look at Grande. Grande just stroked out. Look at him.
Grande is blind.
He's not sure where he is. He's confused.
He's disoriented.
He's disoriented. Look what happened to Grande.
I think that's just the ticket. That's what you need, Grande.
Dropped out of the screen.
Get your motivation back in the game by fixing my mods.
We could have some fun with that. Tits comes back. She's like, "How did I get first in arena? What happened?"
I'm gonna tell you a very, very ancient word. Are you ready? No.
You can't say it. No. Look at that face, Grande. Look at that face. How can you say that to her? Okay. Look at that, Grande.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. You're like zoomed in and everything with it.
Oh, no.
I'm going to try to get it like really puppy dog.
You're screwed, Grande.
I'm screwed.
We could do that just so, if we can get into your account. Maybe we do a remodding, how that works.
We could do that. We set GAs and stuff and remod, and we could totally roast her while I'm fixing it.
Yes.
God.
It would make for
totally
some great.
Fine with that. I'll even FaceTime in Mexico.
It'd make some
with
great
a fan
content.
and my margarita.
It would make for some great content if we roasted her while we tried to fix it. And we get done with the account. I'm like, your account's doing great. You're at least level 50 now in both. Can you keep it up, girl?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes, I got it.
I've been working hard on this for you, girl. Look at how nice it is. I left it better than I found it. just maintain. Just
Oh
maintain.
my god.
And then in 3 weeks she's like 270, right?
Yeah. I have trouble making my bed every morning now. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that. Like, I just never be able to maintain it.
Dakara asked a good follow-up question. What if they're getting paid to do it? Do you have the same stance? Yeah. If you're trusting the person that you're paying in order to do it, then so be it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Sweet. So what you're telling me is I get $200 from McVenom in the process.
That's not going to happen. No.
I know.
I'll tell you right now, though, and I know some of these people do a good service for what they're doing. Most people don't have enough mods to justify paying somebody to remod their entire roster.
We have talked about it.
Other part is that if you don't understand mods at this point in the game and you're not able to mod your own characters, you're going to be spending that repeatedly. Because look at how much Dark Revan's introduction changed how you have all of your characters modded. You basically had to move everything from Jedi Knight Revan to Dark Revan, and Jedi Knight Revan is your second best team, so you have to make sure he's modded, and you've trickled down your entire roster and changed everything.
So two things affects that, right? If new characters that are meta come into the game, it affects it. But the other thing that happens is if events come around and you get new mods that are better than the ones you have on before. So it's almost like because you didn't ever get taught how to do it, it's like you're frozen in time, and then you're not gonna be able to do it again. And I'm telling you, bless those people that do that remodding stuff and that have made a thing out of it. But dang, I mean, it's not cheap, man. I mean, it's I get it. I mean, you start looking at it and you're thinking, all right, how many hours is this guy going to put in on this thing? Well, he's probably going to put 4 or 5 hours in remodding. Well, if I was going to put 4 or 5 hours in remodding somebody's account and I was going to do it for a job, how much money would I want from the deal? And you're thinking, well, I want to make $25, $50 an hour, right? And then so you start looking at it and you're like, all right, well, guess how much it is? It's $225 to remod your account. It's $250 to remod your account. It's $150 to remod this account. I mean, just the labor involved and the knowledge behind the person doing it. I mean, it's a thing. Do I think it probably breaks terms of service? Absolutely. Are the two people that I know of? I know one personally, not personally. I've known for a long time on the internet, and I know people that have done it through him and enjoyed the results. The people that have done that is they've been very happy with the service, right? They thought it was money well spent, and like they upped their raid scores by like 10 million damage. So that's great. I couldn't ever pay that for that. I'd rather teach you, and we do it every day. We spend 2 or 3 hours, sometimes a day.
That's a good one, Grande.
How to remod. I'd rather,
That's a good business. I would rather pay someone to tutor me for an hour a day versus paying them to redo it themselves.
Well,
so then,
it's so great that you mentioned that. You just need to subscribe to Reality Skewed Gamers.
You do it for free.
And then every day, once you've subscribed, we will teach you something about mods that's new and different.
I do mods every day.
We do mods multiple times a day.
And now for our gold patrons, we're going to have a monthly workshop where we go through anything they want, so we can talk about mods.
Yeah,
and our first one is going to be this Friday. So there you go.
There you go.
You can also tune into the Tits McVenom roster review where I get a lot of mod yelling /
Oh, yeah.
There is a little bit of that.
We will become the mod whisperer.
We do a lot of mod talk with McVenom's roster review. That's scheduled for the 24th. So the third. It's going to normally be the third Friday, but this one is going to be
patrons only, I think.
That's for blue and higher patrons.
Like the day after I come back from Mexico.
Oh man. Here, I'm going to tell you.
I might even be still slightly drunk.
That'll be a lot more.
And it is on like Donkey Kong. We roast the crap out of her during that.
So mean. Oh, it's going to be even.
We are mean.
It's going to be terrible now. After all the CG changes. Oh, it's terrible.
We are so mean to her in that deal. Yes, selfless self-promotion. All right, what's next?
That's it. Those are the questions.
All right.
Sweet.
All right, now it's time to get to the end of the show, and we're gonna let the lovely, vivacious Tits McVenom close us out. But first, we gotta shout out our gold Patreons. We appreciate all our Patreon supporters, but especially these folks. Special shout out to Maz Kanata, who donated and upped her Patreon. Rose, I mean, he's amazing. He gave $100. It just these guys go above and beyond, and I can't be thankful enough.
Beat Matsu, JVU, Ford.
I mean, all our Patreons, but these guys especially, we really appreciate it. These guys, keep the channel going. They're just big supporters, and we couldn't do it without them. But thank you guys again from me and everybody. But me personally, thank you very much. Couldn't do this without you. So, all right, that's done. Now we get to the ending. Miss McVoltron.
So we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. You can subscribe here and on Twitch now. We have the two. You can follow us on Twitch, actually. Hit us up on Facebook. We have our Patreon website is in the description. And our do we have our website up yet, Finn?
No.
Still under construction. We've been doing the Twitch stuff instead, so I have to finish that off. I've started on the graphics. I need to.
How are we looking how we looking on the Facebook stuff there, McVoltron?
Good. Mm-hmm. It's coming along. I'm rededicating to that. We did really good when we were in Florida, but it kind of slacked off since then, so I need to refocus on that. But we also have the storefront that you're working on the website too, Finn, correct?
We're going to be doing more stuff with Zazzle. We plan on having some more shirts and stuff for you guys here soon, so be on the lookout for those. Yeah, it looks great. Hit us up on Twitter as well. Finn is very active on Twitter. I think Grande, do you ever get on Twitter on the RSG account?
I just read. That's all I do.
I know Ranger gets on. I get on a lot. I also do from Team McVenom and do a lot of retweets from RSG. But hit us up on there. There's a lot of good SWGOH content that we can interact with you on there with.
And Loki's putting Magic the Gathering stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's been tons of Magic the Gathering vids and all kinds of stuff on there on Twitter. So hit us up there. We have our, of course, Wednesday night weekly live stream here for SWGOH every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have daily lunch streams at 12 Eastern. Are we still doing 12?
Yes.
Yes. So that's daily. It's kind of a loose gathering, hanging out. Do you guys still do the mod reviews now? I haven't been able to tune in.
Roster reviews.
I'm still stuck on mod reviews.
Because you know what we're going to yell at you about.
I know. I've got mods on the brain now. I'm thinking I need to go redo my mods right now. So that's every day at noon. Then we have Jedi Academy on Saturdays. We have when do you guys do the D&D thing on Sundays?
Sunday 5 p.m.
Sunday, 5 p.m.
Although this Sunday I don't think we're going to because it's Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah.
So not this Sunday, but we'll pick it up again the following.
Yeah.
Science.
It is. Did I forget anything, guys?
Just we do other stuff on Twitch, like we've been doing the Grand Arenas on, Twitch. So I think today's set up, so we won't have anything for tomorrow. I think the next round will be, let's set up. Yeah, it'll be Friday. We'll have,
Friday.
Because we did the battles today, so it'll be Friday. We'll do the next round of battles, and then Sunday, I will do my battles still on Sunday for you guys. Or maybe Saturday night. We can do it Saturday night. Well, Urza will probably be streaming, and oh Lord,
we'll figure something out. You guys just make sure that you're stay tuned on on YouTube and whatnot, and subscribed on Twitch if you can be. But otherwise, at least following on Twitch, and then you should get the updates whenever we go live with stuff.
Yeah. And then I've been doing some Battlefront on Twitch. We got other stuff. We got PC gaming coming back. We got Magic Gatherings, all kinds of stuff. Best way to know about it: subscribe, follow us on Twitch. That's the big thing. So. But yeah, great job, Miss McVenom. So with that, we're gonna end the stream and get ready to start all this nonsense tomorrow. So someone asked what I'm doing. Roster reviews, the mini roster reviews have been very popular. I'll do those tomorrow. So I'll do those after the lunch stream for you guys. And then anything going on with the monster game?
We're making more tactical monster videos because I haven't been able to stream, but now that my setup is done, we are probably going to try and get the streams up again, maybe at a different time, so be on the lookout for that.
Okay, there you go. So everyone have a great rest of your night. We're going to